All right, welcome back to the channel. What's good? What's good? What's good? Let's talk this boxing this fine morning. Got my coffee and my water, ready to go, man. I got allergies, man. If my eyes look a little red, man, my bad. I've got allergies. Got me sniffling and sneezing. I think had some dogs over at my house that are really kind of messing with that are messing with me, man. So if I sniffle and sneezing, y'all forgive me. I probably do need to go get a handkerchief real fast before we get into the discussion. Make sure y'all can hear me. Yeah, y'all can hear me. Hey, y'all, give me 1 second. I got to get a little handkerchief real fast. Hold on. All righty. The battle continues. Mark Cardenas in the building. What's going on this morning, brother? How you feeling? Stone Bars said, better than radio, hey, man. We out here doing it, man. Gilbert Jimenez, what's happening, man? What's good, man? My man, the Rise podcast. What's going on, man? Yeah, you early today, 4 minutes ago. Yeah, it's about 6 minutes ago. Freddie, what's going on? My man, Jay Spence, Mark Cardenas. Yeah, he said, Fanon, it's going to be a good fight. Raleigh is selling it. He's selling it all right, man. I'm just thinking, man, it may be a better fight. Not in the sense that I think Gervonta Davis is going to lose to him. I think it's going to be an exciting fight, man. I think it's going to be exciting while it lasts type of situation. Excuse me. So for 9 is going to be okay. Yeah, I got that. Way too far one sided, but hey, I ain't mad about it. Just not gonna buy it. Yeah, I'll buy it though. Like I said, I'm not trying to steal anybody's money, man, on there when they getting punched in the head, man. And Rolly's gonna sell it, so Rolly deserves a little money, man, because I think he's gonna see that boy is selling it, man. Jay Spence, but a dang good fight. Is Valdez, Shakur, Stevenson. Hearts with Valdez, but heads with Shakur. That's just the South Tucson in me, though. Yeah, got to support your own, man, out there in Arizona. But hey, man, don't support him. He don't rock with Arizona. He don't rock with Arizona. He said he's Mexican. He's from Mexico. So hey, man, rock with the American, man. Rock with the American. Even though it's very, very obvious that Oscar Valdez is American, man. I know he's Mexican, but you get my point. Traveris Rochelle, what's going on, brother? Thank you for that color in the chat, man. That means a lot. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. He said, blessed to see another day. Absolutely, man. That's what I thought this morning. As always, top is Tank. Tank is top dog. It's going to be a good fight because we all want to see Rolly get beat up. Yeah, I kind of want to see him get beat up, but at the same time, man, I just want to see him winging them punches. I want to laugh. I want to have a good time, man. And I think it's just going to be fun. The whole way around, the lead up to the fight is going to be fun. I actually, before the last fight, before it got canceled because of what he was going through with his, with people accusing him of stuff, I'm going to tell you, man, I got excited about it. I was like the day before it, I was like, man, I'm actually looking forward to this fight. There is something to, to the actual fight itself being like, you just want to see two dudes fight, like them particular guys fight. And not always like, well, who's the most skilled of the guys, and who this guy has way more to offer me, and like sometimes I just want to see two particular individual people fight, and that's the fight that I want to see. Craig White, man, what's going on? Said, hey, Craig White said, hey, my brother, love the show. Listen to every morning. If you ever in Connecticut, be sure to stop by my soul food restaurant for a plate on the house, Craig's Kitchen. Hey, man, that's what's up. Shout out, hey man, put the location in your stuff in the chat, man, in case anybody from somebody else from Connecticut sees it, man. Like isn't Demetrius Andrade from Connecticut the only man that beats Canelo, man? I'm trying to tell you, man. Hey, Giovanni Walker in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for the support, man. No joke, bro. No joke, man. Thank you so much. He said, okay, super chat family, let's get it started. Now it's super chat Thursday. I like it, Super Chat Thursday. Like every Thursday, I'm getting it started for 9 to Don. Thank you, Giovanni Walker, man, for the support, brother. I'm going to tell you, man, y'all are an incredible, incredible blessing. In the first Super Chat Thursday, actually allowed to have let a black man take a day off of work. And you know that don't happen often, dog, if you a grown-ass man. It's every day grinding. You know what I mean? But y'all let me take a day off, man. I was like, man, dog, hey, this is good, man. Made my goals. Hey, man, but thank you so much for your support, Giovanni. Ernie V said, you're right, Fanon. I want to have fun with the fight. Yeah, it's a fun fight. It's a fun fight, man, which we don't get a lot of, man. We get a lot of fights that but on the other side of it, though, this Oscar Valdez thing, man, you say, Craig, put your address. I'm from Connecticut. I'll pass by. Yeah, Damon Tolan, man, put that in there, man. My man Diego Bob said, I got 100 words in my vocabulary. 20 of them are cuss words. Roly is highly, man, y'all doing it this morning. Thank y'all so much, man. Much love in that Super Chat, Diego Bible. He said, I got 100 words in my vocabulary. 20 of them are curse words. Roly is highly entertaining. Yeah, Roly is, man. Hey, dude, seriously. And I'm very, very happy for that man. I am really happy for that man that he was able to get past that nonsense with those women that were accusing him of doing stuff. I'm happy for him, man. On top of it, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him getting that, and I'm happy for him getting this shot. You know what I mean? His mouthpiece earned it. You know, his mouthpiece earned it, man. Travers Rochelle, he said the money Roly gets from the fight will be used to pay his hospital bills. Much love in the Super Chat, brother. Thank you so much, man. Man, that's huge. Thank you so much, man. Look, man. Hold on, man. Shit. Oh, hold on, man. I got to do 1 second. Y'all got to forgive me again, dude. I'm off my game today. I got to catch something real quick. My man, Alex Chavez in the bill said, good morning from Yuma, Arizona, brother. Thank you, man. Hold on 1 second. Hey, John. All right, sorry about that. Didn't have my phone on me, man. Alex Chavez, brother, thank you so much for putting that color in that chat on Super Chat Thursdays. That's what's up. Thank you, man. That's greatly appreciated, bro. Let me back up one thing real quick, man. Real quick. Okay, yeah, my man Travers in that Super Chat. Alex Chavez in that Super Chat. Thank you, brother. And Diavion Bible. Y'all holding it down. Thank you, man. Let me see. Mention Fanon and get 20%. Hey, what's up? Whoa. Craig Wright said mention Fanon and get 20% off. So you got it in there? That's what's up, man. Mark Cardenas of Fanon. Floyd offered Ryan $250 in cash that he couldn't beat Roly, much less Tank. Look at Floyd promoting, bro. That's good. Ryan ain't taking that, though. Ryan ain't taking that. And at $250,000 in cash, he need to bet Oscar De La Hoya that. So Oscar De La Hoya let him have a fight, man. Fanon, you heard Shakur saying the only guy who can beat Canelo is David. He didn't even bring up Charlo or Boo Boo. How you feel? I don't know, man. I feel like that's his opinion, man. I feel like that's his opinion. I feel like that's his opinion. You know? And I appreciate it, man. Boxers have been wrong before. If he feels like that's the only guy that can do it, okay, cool. Now I don't have any really feelings I don't have any feelings about that one way or the other. I disagree, but you know, like I said, excuse me, I got these allergies, man. I can literally see this dog hair flying around in the air, man. Mike Kirkland in the building, man. What's going on, brother? Thank you so much for that love and that super chat, brother. That's huge. Thank you, bro. Mike Kirkland said, hope Roly has a good showing. I want him to stick around. Yeah, I want to stick him around too. If it is not the most beautiful lady in the world, good morning, Marjorie Blackwell. Good morning to you. I hope you are well. Hope things are going well for you. Life is treating you well. You happy this morning? Petty Killmonger said, Rolly has no skill, just pop. Tank will get him out in 4. I think it'll take him a little bit longer, man. I think it'll take a little bit longer for him to gas out. I think Rolly can go by 7. I'll take Rolly into the 7th round, 7th, 8th round, somewhere around there is where I would say that would take place. Because Rolly is going to be throwing a lot of shots to start the fight. Really big haymaker type type shots. And Gervonta Davis is going to be moving away from him, making him follow him, do all that kind of stuff for a couple rounds. Then when Rolly starts getting a little bit gassed, Gervonta is going to start stepping in a little bit more. And when he starts stepping in a little bit more and starts catching him, he's going to start wearing him down. And then pretty soon he's going to hit him with something nasty. So, I think it takes a little bit of time. I think it takes a little bit of time to have that take place. You know what I'm saying? It has a little bit of time to have that take place. Alex Chavez. Alex Chavez said, Fanon, you think the pressure from the current situation will jeopardize the Canelo Bivol fight? No, I don't. I do not. I do not think that it will. I think that they're going to go ahead with that because I don't think it's big enough. I don't think it's big enough of a fight for somebody to step in and say, no, that's not, you shouldn't do that. Right now, what the situation is that, like, if it gets to a senator in Nevada, right? A senator in Nevada or somebody like that could make an issue out of it. But that's going to take a lot of revenue from Las Vegas. And I always think these guys think with their money first and think about politics second. So, on one side, I think it would kind of be I personally think it's unfair. It would be unfair to Dmitry Bivol for him not to be able to fight just because he's Russian, right? I think that that's unfair to him. However, I do think that, I know that there's a lot of people that would think that's in poor taste. I personally don't think it's in poor taste, but there's a lot of people who say they think that that is in poor taste and that you should be supportive of Ukraine and you shouldn't be allowing Russian athletes to make money and take it back to Russia right now because it's a bad look. It looks like you're in business. You're allowing American dollars to get shipped to Russia, right? So, there you go. However, a whole lot of Western countries have not stopped using Russian oil. So, I just don't think much. I don't think much of it. I don't think that there's a really big chance that that's going to do anything. You know what I mean? I don't think, man. The money's gonna pop off first, man. Jay Shooter. And much love to everybody, man. Thank you guys so much for supports in the super chat and support in the Cash App. And Mike, I saw your comment. Just so you know. I did see your comment. Manuel Esteves said they're signing a petition against him right now. They have 100K. Yeah, it's the money, man. I don't believe them. If they stop that fight because of that, I'd be impressed. I would be impressed because it would show a level of consistency consistency and dedication in boxing that I beyond lip service that I don't believe exists. My man Tyrone in the building, brother. He said, tell him get the likes up. Let's talk this boxing. Yes, sir, Tyrone Joseph. Hey, Tyrone said in the Cash App, man, we all hit that like button, man. We all hit that like button kindly. It would be greatly appreciated. And let's talk this boxing. Absolutely, bro. The IFBB banned Russian bodybuilders. Yeah, hey, well, okay, well, we'll see, man. I just don't see it happening, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I don't think any of these guys would be not, but I will tell you this. Let it have been Errol Spence Jr. fighting a Russian dude. If it was Errol fighting a Russian dude, half of these boxing commentators will be asking for that fight to be held up. Half of them. We're like, oh, it's an injustice. It's an injustice. We got to support Ukraine. We can't let Errol Spence Jr. fight a Russian. That is, oh my God, it's so un-American. Look what they're doing. I would believe that would happen, but not with Canelo. Canelo is above all rules. There are no rules, you know. Said they are not banning the Ukraine fighters for what they're doing to the Africans, though. No, of course not. They do it to Africans. Kidding me? They do it to Africans. They don't care about no Africans. What do you think this is? Hey, Jose Rodriguez said, do you think it would be fair if it does? For not, honestly, me personally, no, I don't think that's fair. You know, like, first of all, that's just me. This is just me. I think that is between the Ukraine and Russia, personally. That's my personal belief because I'm sick of being in war all the time, man. Seriously. Everything is dangerous. There's always a reason to attack somebody. Always. It's constant. Like my entire life. I'm over 50 years old, and we've been doing this my entire life. You know what I mean? And my only question is, what's it going to be this week? You know what I'm saying? What is it going to be? What is it going to be this week? So I just like, man, come on, man. I'm a little sick of it, man. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. It's a boxing match. I'm not that hung up on it. However, I understand that there are people who really are hung up on it, and I can respect their opinion. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. He said, this is for my aerosexuals for nine. Hey, man, much love to Errol Spence Jr.'s girlfriend. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for the support, bro. He said, y'all talking about the aerosexuals. Hey, man, there's a lot of cats like Errol, but I'm telling you, ain't nothing like no dude. Canelo sex, man. Canelo is a boxing sex symbol, like straight up to all these dudes. Because my God, they get this dude. Wow, you know what I mean? They open doors for Canelo. They send Canelo flowers. You know what I'm saying? They sing to Canelo. It's amazing, man. Brooklyn's Finest said, do you think Tank is a superstar? No, I do not. I don't think that there are any superstars in boxing. Only superstar that I know of boxing is Floyd Mayweather Jr. That's it. That's the only guy that I know is a superstar. That's it. Everybody else, there's a bunch of famous people in boxing. The only guy that I think is a superstar is Errol Spence. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. Canelo's a big name, but I wouldn't say Canelo's a superstar. That's a little bit. No, a superstar like Michael Jackson? No. Is he a superstar? I wouldn't categorize him as a superstar. I wouldn't. You know what I mean? How do you define superstar? I mean, if he's a superstar, I don't think if he's a superstar, he'd be doing a lot bigger numbers than he's doing. I think he's probably the biggest draw in boxing. But no, I don't think he's a superstar. I wouldn't categorize him as a superstar. You know, I know there are people that did you just compare Spence to Michael Jackson? Of course not. No, I did not. I said I don't think Spence is a superstar. I don't think Gervonta Davis is a superstar. I don't think Canelo's a superstar. There are superstars. You know what I mean? Like Rolando. What's that guy's not Rolando? What's that guy's name? The guy that played, the Spanish guy that plays soccer. He is. You know what I'm saying? I think he is. That guy's worldwide, like worldwide. You know? I don't know, man. I just think that term is Canelo is a super. I don't think he's, I think that's a little bit, yeah, Macy, yeah. Those guys, dude, that's a lot, dude, to be saying Canelo's a superstar, bro. If he's a superstar, why is he doing 800,000 pay-per-views? That's my thing. If you're a superstar, why are you doing 800,000 pay-per-views? If you're a superstar. That's not superstar numbers. Is it? You know what I'm saying? If his last pay-per-view, which by the way, probably didn't do 600,000, probably didn't do 800,000. I have a suspicion it's closer to 600,000, but whatever. Is that a superstar? That's just, you know, but then again, That's just that's your definition of a superstar. What do you think? Personally, he's a big enough a star for me. He's a big enough star for me to want to see him fight on a regular basis. That's all there is. Hey, Mike, did you see? Hey, Mike, put a comment in the comment section and let me know that if you know that I acknowledged you. Because I wanted to acknowledge you, but I wanted to wait and make it indirect. Because I didn't want to duck your question. Quincy Carter said, if Shakur stops Valdez, where you have him pound for pound, right where he is now, in the low teens, man. I'm not that impressed with Valdez. Quincy Carter, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, bro. I think he should. I'm happy that he gets the fight because then it gets him, it's a good fight. But I think he should beat him, and he's probably right where he is now to me. Inside the top 10 for me. However, again, I don't like that pound for pound stuff, man. I think that guarantees he's the best 130. For me, it'll tell me he's the best guy in boxing below 135 pounds. When he gets up there to 130, when he gets up to 135, and he fights a guy like Devin Haney, or he beats Devin Haney, he beats Gervonta Davis, right? Beat somebody like that, then I will say, okay, yeah, I already know he is, all right? But I think that would be even a more exceptional feat. I could be wrong, but to me, it looks like Oscar Valdez is tailor-made for that dude, really. I think Oscar Valdez is about to get beat up unless he's so juiced up that literally his engine's on crank the entire time, man. Traveris Rochelle, man, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for your support, man. I had to say something. Hell no, he isn't a superstar. He doesn't need to be. He's top dog. Yeah, it's just like he's a top dog in boxing for sure. For sure. Young Goat said, to say Canelo isn't popular in the U.S., you must live under a rock. Dude, in order for you to compare superstar and popular are way two different words. Young Goat. He's popular in the United States. Absolutely, he's popular in the United States. No doubt. Superstar and popular are two different things, man. You know what I mean? There are men and women that are popular. That doesn't make them all superstars. You know what I mean? Mary J. Blige is popular. Is she a superstar? I wouldn't say she's a superstar. You know what I mean? Superstar, that's a little bit, woo-woo out there. Wouldn't you say? That means bigger than all the stars. Like there's a bunch of stars and they're bigger than all the stars. You know what I'm saying? It's like, is Canelo Alvarez a bigger star than like Drake? No, I don't think she is. Drake is like a superstar. You know what I mean? You got guys like, what's his name? You got, I don't know who you would say would be below him, right? I don't know. Just, God, what's his name, man? Anyway, you get my point, bro. He's a very popular fighter. Yes. Do I think Canelo Alvarez is a superstar? I do not. Okay? Do not. There have been boxers who have been superstars. And Canelo's not on that level. Floyd is a superstar. Floyd was a superstar. Canelo is not on the same level as Floyd. It's not. His number, if he is, his numbers don't reflect it. You know what I mean? His numbers don't reflect it. If he was Oscar De La Hoya, I don't even think was a superstar. I think Floyd was the first superstar, real superstar boxer since, maybe Ali. Or Mike Tyson, excuse me. Mike Tyson is a superstar, man. That was a superstar. Mike Tyson was a superstar. You know what I mean? Is Canelo Mike Tyson? No, he's not. You know what I'm saying? From my recollection of Mike Tyson was a bigger deal than Canelo Alvarez is. Because people are not anticipating Canelo Alvarez's next fight, man. Like, seriously, Canelo Alvarez may be if he had somebody to fight where people are like, oh man, I can't wait for this Canelo Alvarez fight. But that's just not the sense that I get, you know? But he doesn't need to be. He's the biggest name in boxing, and that's for sure. You know what I mean? But they asked me about the term superstar. And dude, I personally, and this is what I think, you should like reserve that for people that are like really are like otherworldly type, like they walk in the room and every other star sits down and like, whoa, here, oh my God, here he comes. Like, for example, Eddie Murphy in the 1980s, right, was a huge movie star, one of the most popular people, one of the most popular actors in Hollywood, right? Really big name. And he said he sat in a room, he was in a room and he sat in a room with Michael Jackson. And he was like, man, I felt like a bitch. Like, he's like, I could not believe how big this dude was. Like, I thought I was big. I was used to everybody laying like woo woo around me. But then he's like, Michael Jackson walked in the room and everybody forgot he was there. Will Smith said the same thing. Will Smith is a huge actor, big name, doing really big, really big things. Easily as big a star as Canelo, or bigger star than Canelo is, right? Because he's a big movie star. He said he was in there when he said he came around Michael Jackson. He was like, my God, I really didn't understand how big this dude was, because everybody around who usually like tripping out on me was walking past, stumbling, pushing me to the side to get to the guy. That's a superstar, man. Guys that you're going to remember for like, forever, man. And that's just not, to me. No, I don't think Canelo Alvarez is that, man. Canelo's just he's the biggest name in boxing right now, though. That's for sure. Deontay Wilder a superstar? No, Deontay Wilder's not a superstar, right? It's just a different level. Ali was a superstar. He's not no Ali, That's where I come from. I'm going to slide down to the end of this conversation, man. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's my answer to the question. I don't mean to offend anybody that is really a big fan of Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? I really don't mean. I don't, Michael, like The Rock is big. But dude, if The Rock comes near Michael Jackson, trust me, The Rock is going to sit down. You know what I'm saying? The Rock is going to sit down and be like, oh my God, The Rock's going to ask for a picture with that dude. Not the other way. Not the other way around. Nobody talked about the stars that came out to see Ali. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nobody was like, man, look at all the stars around Ali. No, dude. It was like, man, of course they're there. It's Ali. It's a different thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Traveris Rochelle said, I'm Jared Big Baby Anderson to fight. He fights in April, right? I honestly don't see anyone outside of Wilder beat him. He is a true problem. Traveris Rochelle, I don't know if anybody gonna beat him. And man, thank y'all so much for the love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, man. That is huge. Thank you. Thank you so much for the support. Young Goat, I hope you see one of my comments, Fanon. I saying I wasn't disagreeing with you. That comment wasn't even towards you. That's all right, Young Goat. No worries. But look, man, if you put it in the comment section, I'm going to read it like it's to me, because I own the comment section. Quincy Carter said, miss my super chat. I don't think so, brother. I'm pretty sure I got it, but hold on. Let me pull out. Let me pull up. Excuse me. Let me pull up the section where I can see them all at the same time, and I'll make sure that I do not mess you over, because I most certainly do not want to mess you over. Quincy Carter said, what should be his next move after he beats Valdez? I did miss that. My bad. Quincy Carter said, what should be his next move? Yeah, you know why that is? It's that blue, man. That blue is tough, brother. When you do the blues get passed up real easy because it disappears in the chat. So I'm sorry, man. Anybody that does do the blues, thank you for that color in that chat, brother. It is loved, and if I miss it, it's my apologies, because I'll get behind in the chat, and that blue I don't see it on my screen. Quincy Carter, what should be his next move after he beats Valdez? Defend his belts. Defend his belts until he's ready to go up to 135. I think, and it also depends on if it's a good fight. If it's a good fight, rematch Valdez. I think it just all depends. It depends on how he wins this fight, man. You know what I'm saying? And much love in that super chat, brother. Dion said, is Jake Paul a superstar? Let them tell it. Let them tell it. Everybody is, bro. Let them tell it. Tyson Fury is. Tyson Fury is a superstar. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's a superstar, man. And by the way, in social media, dude, everybody knows everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows everybody, man. The world has changed. The world has changed. So just having everybody know who you are man, they got to put that money up. You know what I'm saying? For me, they got to be willing to be. And nowadays, they got to be willing to pay to see you. They got to be knowing your name ain't making you no star. You just are known. You know what I'm saying? You just are known. They're YouTube people. Seriously, YouTube people that millions and millions of people see every day. Are they superstars? Man, get out of here. They just are super well. They're just really, really well known. I wouldn't call them dudes no star. Freddie Jimenez, man, with that orange, brother. Thank you so much. Man, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for the support, bro. Freddie Jimenez said, Martin, the 5 murders of Martin, the 5 murders of Slick Southpaw, the 5-time world champions. Hector Macho Camacho, 5 murderers are facing sentencing today. They finally caught him, and that brings closure to the family in the court in Puerto Rico. Absolutely, man. I read about that. Man, I'm happy about that, provided they did it. Much love in that super chat. That's good, man, because that was a sad situation, man, for the Macho Camacho. Rest in peace. As a matter of fact, in honor of Macho Camacho, we're going to give Macho the 10 count. Rest in peace to the great Hector Macho Camacho. My sister was a huge fan of Macho Camacho. Huge fan of Macho Camacho. Traverse Rochelle said, I meant to say I'm ready to see, I'm ready. I'm sorry, man, I should have corrected it for you. I meant to say I'm ready to see Big Baby Miller fight. My bad, bro. That was horrible to read. No worries, man. I should have corrected it. I understood what you meant. I just didn't go back and correct it for everybody else. My bad, Traverse. I think everybody got your point, no doubt. No doubt. Said Marvin said Rolando was a star. Yeah, that dude right there, that's a big boy right there. You know what I mean? That's a big boy right there. No joke. That's a big boy. I saw him fight Greg Haugen in Atlantic. Oh, that's what's up, man. Yeah, Rolando and that other dude, Messi, that's a big boy. You can just tell the way people react to that dude. That's a big boy. You know what I mean? There you go. Michael Jordan is a superstar. That's the perfect example. Michael Jordan is a superstar. Michael Jordan's a superstar. Is Canelo Alvarez Michael Jordan? Because he got a nice blue Ferrari? I would say no. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Michael Jordan, superstar. Mike Tyson, superstar. Ali, superstar. That's a superstar. Yeah, Bugatti. That's a nice ride he had. Hey, man, that's a ride, man. Hey, I'm going to tell you, man, Canelo got some good taste other than them damn pajamas. Hey, them cars, hey, his cars are off the chain, man. No joke. They're not very, practical. Like, I would love to be able to afford it. And if I could, I would never buy one. Because I'm like, what am I going to use that for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to, what do I, like, I'm looking to die in that thing. I'm not buying nothing that can go 220 miles an hour if I'm not going to take it there, man. Freddie Jimenez said, you missed my super chat. No, brother, I didn't miss your super chat, Freddie. Let me get this super chat, then I'm going to check on you. I'm going to check on you, Freddie. I think you may be behind in the chat a little bit. Because I definitely didn't miss that big orange, brother. Ramin Turner said, hey, Fanon, what's the criteria for superstardom in boxing? I'm asking genuinely. It's up to you. I mean, honestly, what's up in that super chat, bro? I think it really depends. On you have your own definition, but it's bigger than all the other stars. You know what I mean? Bigger than all the other stars. I think if you're a superstar, you're a superstar, not a superstar in boxing. You're just a superstar. Like, you're just so big that you transcend the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? Freddie Jimenez, I got you, brother, said, Martin, the 5 murders of Slick Southpaws, 5-time world champions, Hector Camacho's 5 murders are facing sentencing today. They finally caught them. That brings closure to the family in the court in Puerto Rico. And then we gave him the 5 gongs, Freddie Jimenez. I made sure I definitely did not miss that, brother. I would not do that to you, man, because we were talking about my man Macho Camacho. Unless there was another one that came up. But I mean, I can't say that I have a set criteria. It's kind of more like a feeling type of thing. But honestly, he said, is he a superstar? He's a superstar in boxing in the world. I mean, yeah, he's the biggest name in boxing, no doubt. No doubt. The biggest man's the biggest name in boxing right now. That's without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? That's where I am. He's the biggest name in boxing. And that's safe to say. Is he a superstar? I don't get a sense of that. Because I don't hear anybody really, ain't nobody really amped up for no Canelo fights. You know what I mean? Like, when's Canelo fighting next? Who's he going to fight next? I don't hear that. Somebody you don't care about? That's who? On an app you're not going to watch? And on top of it, how you be a superstar, nobody, of course LeBron is. I mean, just whatever, it's just what it is, man. Ramin Turner said Canelo's a superstar. Look, man, I don't want to go over that anymore. He's the biggest name in boxing right now. That's an active fighter. That's all I would say. He's the biggest name in boxing. He's the biggest name of active fighters right now. And that's honestly, I don't know what else he needs to do. You know what I mean? And even the Floyd thing. Now, Floyd's a pretty big dude, man. Floyd's a pretty big dude, but he's retired now. So, his star is faded. That's what happens when you retire as a boxer. Your star fades a little bit. Mike Tyson's star faded a little bit. He ain't as big as Mike Tyson used to be. It is what it is, man. Those guys are sports stars. Ramen said he highly recognized in the world dudes that, man, highly recognized in the world is not. So what, man? Stop, man. Anyway, I'm done, bro. I don't care, man. Carl McCallum said 8 for 9. Love your show. I'm also from Chicago. That's what's up, man. Look, if the dude was a superstar, he would be doing more than 800,000 pay-per-views. I don't know what you want me to say. That's like saying you're a superstar musician and you didn't go and you went gold and you didn't go platinum. But you never went platinum. You're a superstar boxer, but your last album went blow. Your last album went gold. Your last album went silver. You know what I'm saying? How are you a superstar and your last record went silver? You know what I'm saying? No, bro. You actually have to see. You actually have. Hey, put some comments in the comment section, Dwayne Jones. I'm reading look. I respond to the comments that are in the comment section. I'm not going to ignore people that want to say things about Canelo. I'm not going to. I'm just telling you. If you want to put it in the comment section. I will tell you this. Manny Pacquiao's a bigger star than Canelo. Yeah, absolutely. He's a bigger star. Manny Pacquiao's a bigger star than Canelo is. I will say that much. And even he. It is what it is, man. But he's there. Anyway, let's move off that. I do want to move off that and get back to Gervonta Davis. It makes it easier, though, when people put in a comment that they want to actually talk about it. Who is Canelo Alvarez equivalent to in stardom? I don't know, man. How's that? I don't know. I would say maybe Canelo Alvarez is probably a little bit behind. Man, he's not Steph Curry. It's tough, man, because he's not Steph Curry. No, I mean, he's a big name, dude. He's a big name. Canelo is a big name. It's tough. It's tough, man. Yeah, something like Kevin Durant. There you go. Something like Kevin Durant. There you go. Something like Kevin Durant. Yeah, something like Kevin Durant. There you go. That's a good one. Something like Kevin Durant, bro. Hey, Dwayne Jones, seriously, man, are you gonna dude? Seriously, you're complaining a lot, Dwayne. I'm looking for your comment. Do you have something you want to ask me instead of nagging me about what other people want to talk about, Dwayne Jones? You see what I'm saying? You're just nagging me. You're not giving me, you're not, do something, man. Say something. Ask a question. I don't mind. Trust me. I do not mind. I don't like talking about Canelo all the time. I'm sick of Canelo. Seriously, I stopped even getting on Canelo about who he's fighting, man. That's funny, man. Freddie Jimenez, no, I did not. Freddie, you are behind in the chat. All right, Freddie, you are behind in the chat. I'm going to do this again. Unless I think let me check it out. Maybe I did. But let me make sure I do this. Freddie Jimenez. And I'm going to go back, Jimenez. And I'm going to go back. Let me see. What's today, the 10th? Man, this month is flying. Freddie Jimenez, Martin, the 5 murders of slick southpaws, the 5-time world champions. Hector Camacho's 5 murderers is facing sentencing today. They finally caught him. That brings up closure to the family in Puerto Rico. And we did the 5 gongs for my man and everything. So I got your back on it. I got your back, man. AJ said, Fanon, how do you see Munguia and Jamal? I see Jamal beating Jaime Munguia. And I see him just outboxing him. I see him outboxing him. That's what I see. Just see him outboxing him, and I see it going to 12-round decision and Jamal Charlo winning by a 12-round decision. That's what I see. Or I see a robbery. One robbery for Jaime Munguia. I cannot contemplate Jaime Munguia beating that dude. But on the real, I don't think Tank versus Thurman is not happening. Tank versus Thurman is not happening. That guy's a lightweight. That guy's a welterweight. Tank is not going to welterweight to fight that guy. Okay? Keith Thurman, that is not going to happen. Keith Thurman will beat Gervonta Tank Davis. That is not going to fight. That is not going to happen. I will bet anybody money that fight does not happen. And I would absolutely positively love to take your money for that. That fight is not going to happen. It's a good conversation to have, but the fight is never going to happen. It would literally be it would be stupid for Tank to do that. Tank would have an easier time fighting guys for bigger fights. It's just not going to happen. Keith Thurman is a legitimate welterweight, brother, a legitimate welterweight. And if he wins his next fight and he's active, that's just not a fight. It's not a fight that they're going to put that dude in there with, man. It's just not. It's silly. It's silly. Gervonta will stop Thurman. He's too damaged to the body, man. Come on, man. Freddie Jimenez said, thank you. I was a personal friend to him. Thanks again. Hey, man, my pleasure, Freddie Jimenez. All day, brother. All day. No, thank you for the support. That means a lot, brother. Excuse me. In my opinion, Albuterol is a PED. It absolutely positively is a PED. It absolutely is a PED. Educated Jab. Charlo and Munguia will never happen. Munguia is a professional duck. And that, I'm telling you, if that fight doesn't happen, y'all can take Canelo Alvarez and all your Canelo Alvarez talk and shove it. If that dude doesn't fight. How does it enhance performance? It allows you to cut weight and build muscle at the same time. That's why they put cows on it. In my opinion, it allows you to cut weight and build muscle at the same time. That is why they put those cows on it, because it allows them to build muscle, which is what you eat. And it allows, without putting a lot of fat on it, which makes the steaks lean. That's why it's a performance-enhancing drug. Because if you want to build muscle, it will help you build muscle and at the same time allow you to actually lose weight. It is a very good performance enhancer. That's why they put it in cows. Not tough. And that's why it's on a banned list. That's why it's banned. They don't ban coffee, okay? They don't ban coffee. Anyway, I knew it was a steroid. Why ask? It's not a steroid. I don't know if it's a steroid or not. I don't know, because people want to play games. They want to say it's not a steroid. That doesn't mean it's not performance enhancing. Okay? There are drugs that have to do with focus, keeping you focused, that are not steroids, but they're still performance enhancing. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. But yes, absolutely, positively, that's performance enhancing, man. Anyway. Why the WBC allows some drugs that VADA don't? The WBC allows them because they didn't want, I think, because they don't want those fighters to get suspended, so they can make the fight. But whatever the case is, man, it was illegal when he was on it, and he suspended it. He got suspended for it, and the WBC hated it when they hated it. But the WBC isn't who suspended him. The state of Nevada suspended him. The WBC wouldn't have suspended him. The WBC supported him. The WBC didn't suspend him. The WBC didn't. Canelo Alvarez failed that test, and the WBC did not suspend him. It was the state of Nevada that suspended him. Canelo didn't get to, they didn't care. They supported Canelo. They're like, yeah, so what? But we believe that there's something wrong with the test. The WBC never suspended him. They let him off the WBC let him off the hook. Man, the WBC when it comes to Canelo Alvarez is a complete and utter fraud. Canelo Alvarez could test positive for straight up steroids, hardcore steroids. And they would just say, well, we like him. He's such a great guy. He gives a lot of money to charity. And you know, we just don't believe him because he passed other tests. He passed a bunch of other tests last year. So no, there's something wrong with this test. But dude, we got him on tape shooting a needle full of nandrolone. Oh, well, no, we don't believe that. We don't trust the source of that tape. You know, it's just a momentary lapse in judgment by him. Man, come on, man. Y'all know that dude. You know that stuff is fraudulent. Anyway, TJ said, hey, man, thank you so much for the support in the chat. Thank you so much for supporting the super chat. But I am going to drop this Canelo talk. I'm sick of Canelo right now. Could Canelo go up to heavyweight like James Toney did around the same weight height? I don't think so. I don't think he could. But maybe. Who knows, man? Who knows? We'll see. I want to know. I don't care, though. What I want to know is whether or not he can beat Charlo. What about Tank and Rolly? I'm telling you, I'm loving the fight. I'm looking forward to Tank and Rolly. I'm looking forward to Tank and Rolly. No joke, man. I think that's going to be a fun fight to watch. I'm really looking for the entire month. I'm looking forward to the entire month of April, man. I'm looking forward to the entire month of April. I'm looking forward to Errol Spence and I'm looking forward to Errol Spence Jr. and Errol Spence Jr. and Yordenis Ugas. I'm looking forward to Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson. Who else is fighting? Somebody other guy. Oh, looking forward to Jermell Charlo, and whenever Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano, that fight is taking place. I'm amped about that fight. I'm looking forward to Custio Clayton versus Jaron Ennis. That's a great fight. I'm looking forward to that. There's a lot of good fights that I'm looking for, man. Really, a lot of good fights I'm looking for, man. And again, man, thank you to everybody that's supporting in the Super Chat and the Cash App today. Thank you guys so much, bro. J for J. No one knows Alvarez out of boxing. He's not a superstar. Jaime Munguia versus Charlo. What's your pick? I got Jamal Charlo. I got Jamal Charlo, no doubt, brother. In that fight, I got Jamal Charlo. But I don't think he's going to take the fight. And again, when I'm telling you, if he does not take this fight, if Jaime Munguia does not take that shot against Jamal Charlo, man, shut up with all of this nonsense about who's fighting the best competition and that will show you that those guys, that they do not want to fight Jamal Charlo. If Jaime Munguia passes up on that shot, because Jaime Munguia didn't fight anybody in 154 either. They're doing champion building with Jaime Munguia. They're doing champion building with Jaime Munguia if he does not take that fight. That's where I am. Jermell, you talking about Jermell and Brian Castano? It has been rescheduled, but it has to happen by like May. I think it has to happen by May 14th. They said the fight has to take place by May 14th. So they're going to turn around and announce a date for that. That fight they're going to announce the kickoff, all of that stuff for that fight really, really soon. And again, man, thank you again, brother Jay, for the super chat. Thank you for your support. And thank everybody that supports in the super chat and the Cash App. You guys are the ones that make the channel go. Thank you, brothers. I appreciate you a lot. Young 70 said Charlo's overrated. No, he's not. He's underrated. Who rates him? 7006 Omerta. You guys trash the dude every day. How can he be overrated? When the majority of boxing doesn't give the man any credit whatsoever. How? I want to know how a man that gets literally dang near no credit outside of his hardcore fan base is overrated. The man is a two-division champion. And whenever I hear guys talk about Jermall Charlo, they act like he's never beaten anybody in his career. He's never done anything. Who is he? No, what has he done? He doesn't deserve the fight. All of that garbage, man. Get out of here, man. That dude is underrated. Jermall is underrated. Jermell is underrated. I'm going to tell you who's overrated. Canelo. That dude is overrated. Massively overrated, in my opinion, by a whole lot of people. You guys act like this dude can never lose, and that dude has already lost like 4 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, and nobody can tell you. I don't know anybody can beat him. Dude, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and go look at the fights that he lost. If you don't think he can be lost, go look at the fights he lost. It's like Manny Pacquiao all over again. Manny Pacquiao's undefeatable. He's undefeatable. Hey, Mike Kirkland, I got you on that answer, that thing. You were right about what you asked. But you know how cats are. Man, the dude is lost. I know people. I've seen the dude lose. So I don't even get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, how come everybody else that can lose? It's like 2 dudes that lost a bunch of times that cannot lose. Manny Pacquiao fans can never lose. Oh, man, that was all, but he got robbed. You know what I'm saying? But he's lost 6 times. He's been knocked out 3 times. What do you mean? There's no way, oh, man, there's no way, man. He's going to destroy anybody. But he's lost. He's been knocked out 3 times. He's lost 6 times. How in the world can you say this dude, and he lost to Mayweather? He lost to Floyd. He lost 6 times. He's been knocked out by 3 people not named Floyd. But somehow this guy had a better career than Floyd. How does that pan out, brother? How does that pan out? You know what I'm saying? How does that pan out? Hey, Charles Stevenson, you have to guide the conversation into that. It's tough for me to do that when I got a bunch of people asking about other things. You know what I'm saying? 8 weight classes, so what? So what? He lost. He got knocked out in 3 of them. He got beaten 7 of them. Dog, that he got, man. 8 weight, and it's not 8 weight classes either. Thank you very much. It's 7. But it's not even really 7, dude. It's really like 3. I mean, 4. What is he at? He was at what? 115. 115, which is what? He had one at bantamweight, really bantamweight. He didn't go to flyweight. He bantamweight, lightweight, welterweight, and middleweight. Really 4, which is a lot. But still, come on, man. Because he beat, what did he beat, bro? God, I mean, seriously, man. Seriously. Because he beat Thurman? He lost. So what? Okay? He beat Thurman. That makes him the greatest fighter of all time because he beat Thurman. Man, stop, man. Stop. He beat Thurman. Dude, Manny Pacquiao is a very, 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 very... AJ, I'm doing the original 8 weight classes. Stay up with me here. AJ, stay up here. Catch up. When I said that, and first of all, no, not at 140. No, he did not. Just so that you know, he did not ever win a title at 140. No, he did not. He fought Ricky Hatton for the IBO. He fought Ricky Hatton for the IBO at 140. No, that was not a championship at 140. No. Even by today's standards, I'm asking why you tripping, because I'm not tripping. I'm telling you to catch up. I'm telling you to catch up. I said, yeah, really, it's 4 weight classes if you look at historically. Because in order to compare Manny to people that came before him, you got to go to the weight classes. I'm asking why you tripping. Dog, man, stop, AJ. Stop. You don't act like, dude, AJ, stop it. I know what you said. He didn't fight at 140 and 135. AJ, you know boxing well enough to know that he fought at 135 and 140. Am I giving you too much credit? I'm sorry, AJ. I gave you too much credit and thought that you knew something that was obvious and you were being sarcastic, which, AJ, I think you were being sarcastic. But you honestly, I'll tell you, I will apologize if you did not know that Manny Pacquiao fought at lightweight and at 140. You didn't know that? I think, AJ, I think you knew that. I think you knew that. I think you knew that. And we're being sarcastic. But anyway, J for J, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you. Y'all the ones that go make the chat go. Haney and Composis, will it happen? And do you have in that fight? I got Haney in the fight, and no. That is too much. That's too anti-American for that fight to happen. That's anti-American for Devin Haney to get that Kambosos fight. It's it does not sit right with the way that boxing is done. Okay? For him to take on a difficult fight against Devin Haney that he's almost sure to lose, right? He's almost sure to lose and pass up opportunities to fight Ryan Garcia or Gervonta Tank Davis. That doesn't make sense to me. So, and I'm listening to Lou DiBella. I don't care what Eddie Hearn says, really. I will talk about what Eddie Hearn says, but Eddie Hearn, I think, is full of it. And I think Eddie Hearn does not run DAZN. And Ryan Garcia is on DAZN, but Ryan Garcia is not with Eddie Hearn. Ryan Garcia, if I was a betting man, which I am on occasion, support at busr.com. If I were to bet on it, I would tell you that it's going to be Ryan Garcia. Because Ryan Garcia can beat George Kambosos, and he passes, and he fits the Canelo Alvarez bill. Have him become undisputed champion, and all of a sudden Ryan Garcia is going to be like number 3 or 4 on the pound. He'll be number 5 or 6 on the pound for pound list, and off he goes into the stratosphere of little girls screaming for him in auditoriums. Devin Haney becomes undisputed, and he's going to get treated like Terrence Crawford. Like, we're not impressed with your competition level. That just doesn't, I don't think they want to sell Devin Haney like that. I don't believe it. Because I don't have faith in boxing like that. To be honest with you, I just don't have faith in boxing like that. That they would get that guy a fair shot. Just like I don't believe they give Guillermo Rigondeaux a fair shot. I don't think that I don't think that Shakur Stevenson would be getting the Oscar Valdez fight if it wasn't for Terrence Crawford suing him. I think that those things are connected. Because he wasn't trying to hear it before. You know, all of a sudden Shakur gets a big fight that he should have been getting. And Bob Arum still says, well, we're not trying to do undisputed with the winner. Right? Like, we're not going to have him fight Gutierrez and whoever the other guy is, Ioka or whatever. Not Ioka. Is it Ioka? Who's the guy? Ioka's that little dude they try to hype up. You know what I mean? I just think so no, man, I don't see that happening. I don't. I think that on the real, I think if Devin Haney really wants to get big title shots and all that. I think he's got to be with the PBC, man. No joke. I think they got to go to the PBC. That's my take. And man, thank you again so much for the support in that super chat. And AJ, I'm still waiting on you, brother, because I think you knew that. Don't take it personal, man. If you can be sarcastic with me, I can be sarcastic with you. In my opinion, it said fly, super bantam, feather, super feather, light welter, and welter. In my opinion, first of all, he never won a title of light welterweight. And super bantamweight is not an original weight class. Super featherweight is not an original weight class. And lightweight is not an original weight class. So if you're comparing Manny Pacquiao to other guys throughout boxing history, he was a title holder at flyweight, featherweight, lightweight, and welterweight. That's it. That's 4. That's not 8. Okay? And he was never undisputed in any of those. That's where I say. That's my thing on it. Manny Pacquiao has had a great career. However, he lost to Eric Morales. He lost to Juan Manuel Marquez. He got knocked out by 2 guys in the Philippines. He got beat by Jeff Horn. He got beat by Tim Bradley. He got beat by Yordenis Ugas. Yordenis Ugas we can take off because he was late in his career. Okay? And he lost to Floyd Mayweather Jr. I don't get how that makes his career is like Floyd's. Floyd is the top guy, period. Manny Pacquiao may be number 2. You can argue that. Let him be number 2. But on the real, really sick of Rolly Dude is trash. A lot of average Hispanics getting promoted. It's like they get praised for getting hit. That's crazy. Much love in that super chat, brother. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but that's, it's what it is, man. You got to go above and beyond, bro. Eddie, in my opinion, Eddie is pushing AJ and Canelo. Anybody else is secondary. Yeah, pretty much, man. But it's just, I mean, dude, he even said that he overpaid for Devin. It's just, that's not going to go long. That's not going to go on forever, man. Keith Nolan 2211 said, good day to you, Fanon. I'm sorry I'm late, but can you fill me in on what Shakur said in reference to Canelo? Blessings to you. I hope that you're doing a good day. Hey, having a good day. Brother, thank you so much for that support in that super chat, bro. Thank you so much for that support. Oh, absolutely, I can fill you in. He said that if he was in the same weight class, listen to what he said. He was asked how he thought Oscar Valdez training with Eddie Reynoso would affect the fight. And Canelo Alvarez supporting him in the fight. Do you think that Canelo Alvarez's skills and what they know will transition over to Oscar Valdez being able to beat you? And what Shakur Stevenson said was, it doesn't matter what they do, because if Canelo Alvarez and I were the same weight and Canelo fought like Canelo fought, I'd beat Canelo. He said, y'all can be mad if you want, but I would beat Canelo. I'd beat Canelo the same way Mayweather beat him. He said, I'll pot shot him. I beat him. So no, I'm not impressed. He's like, dude, I'm not impressed with Canelo Alvarez's skill set. It's pretty much what he said. I'm not impressed with his skill set relative to me. That's what Shakur Stevenson said. And I'm gonna tell you right now, he's got a great point. And he has a great point. But the fan worship, will jump on him about that. But I think what he said is Oscar Valdez, for example, Chocolatito just beat the brakes off of Julio Cesar Martinez, and Julio Cesar Martinez works with Eddie Reynoso and works and trains with Canelo. That's why Canelo was at the fight, right? And did that help him? No, didn't help him. And my man Keith Nolan, much love in that super chat. And brother, again, thank you so much for that support in that super chat, bro. Hey, said Keith Nolan said, yo, is that the real King Judah? If so, welcome back, brother. Glad it's you and not the imposter. Hey, man, that imposter. The other guy got blocked. So more than likely, Yeah, more than likely, yes. More than likely. King Judah, they got impersonators of you, man. It's amazing me, man. I should tell you a story, bro, about that shit. You dudes acting like you thought that shit was me. You fucking liar. Anyway, King Judah said, yeah, this the real King Judah. Salute, chat. That's what's up. Much love in that super chat, brother. King Judah in the building. Thank you for that support, bro. Yeah, man. Like, fuck out here acting like... Whatever, though. Mike Curtis said, I like that kind of... I'm sorry, man. Every once in a while, shit be bubbling up. Anyway, TJ said, Canelo couldn't even help himself against Floyd. Canelo couldn't even help himself against Floyd. Look, man, here's the thing, bro. Canelo Alvarez is a talented fighter. He's a very, very good fighter. However, he is not the best fighter that any of y'all have ever seen. So pause on that. Well, C said, where did Shakur say this? What platform, Fanon, please? He said that on probably Fight Hype. Check Fight Hype, check Fight Hub. Check Fight Hype and check Fight Hub. There's like 1 million interviews on him from yesterday. Moments are made now. You drinking that Valdez tea? Nah, man, I ain't drinking that tea, man. I ain't drinking none of that tea. I don't need nothing, man. I gotta take care of my health. I ain't got time for that. Oh, yeah, John TV said, yeah, it was Fight Hype. Yeah, it was one of those. More than likely Fight Hype. More than likely Fight Hype. So Just a Fan said, whoever said Canelo was the GOAT, I had never seen anyone hype him up that match. Man, you need to pay attention. Just a Fan. Just a Fan, you better pay attention a little bit more. You better pay attention. Get a little closer. Get a little closer. Canelo is, in my opinion, man, much love, brother. Thank you so much, man. He said, hey, I like the vibe on your show for now. You willing to discuss things rather than argue. Hey, man, no worries, man. In my opinion, I appreciate you, brother. Dude, seriously, thank you for the super chat. In a huge way. I'd want to give you $10 worth of thanks. If anybody wonder why I keep saying thank you so much to people that support the channel, because number one, it matters a lot. And number two, I want to let you know, brother, that it really does matter to me. And I really, really do appreciate it. That's something beyond what a lot of cats are willing to do. And it is much, much, much appreciated, man. Hey, Roni, what's going on, Roni? He said, props on the recommendation for the Scrapbook Boxing channel. Learned a lot from that channel. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, man, Scrapbook Boxing is like that, man. Scrapbook Boxing is like that. I wish I had more time to, I feel like, yeah, it's like school. It's like going to, dude, it's better than documentaries that you'll get on television, man. No joke. Just sitting there, listening to them sit down there and talk about it. You know what I mean? It's what's up, man. Oh, Young Ghost said, yeah, Inja, this is the first live stream I've been in with great debates, no shaming, name calling. I subscribe. Young Joe, yeah, man, ain't no worries, man. Hey, dude, that's yeah, I don't really do that, man. And plus, honestly, man, I like to have boxing conversations. And it's just my opinion. Please do not get it twisted. It's my opinion. It's just my opinion. And now, if there are certain facts now, facts are facts, right? Facts are facts. But I understand that it's just my opinion. And it's what it is. However, I'm telling you, it's just their opinion too. It's just their opinion. And people that act like you debunking somebody's opinion, you're not debunking anybody's opinion, you idiot. You know what I'm saying? All you're doing is sharing yours. I'm sharing mine. And it is what it is. And it's a good case. It's a conversation to be had, man. You know what I mean? He said, NGL, thanks, Young Goat. Thank you, man. I'm old. Said, stands for not gonna lie, by the way. Yeah, thank you. I was like, did he just call me a niglet? Yeah, Young Goat, I was like, niglet? Is that niglet? Did he just, what? That's where I was on that one, just so you know what was going through my mind, bro. Yeah, exactly. Fanon exposed. Man, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Fanon, you're full of it. Your opinion is biased. You always trying to push black PBC fighter diminishing Hispanics. Alfia Layer, you're a liar. I've never diminished an Hispanic ever. Always trying to push them. Push them on who, dude? Let me tell you something. I ain't never tried to push nothing on you but this block button, bitch. Get out. I ain't never tried to push nothing on you, man. Never. Never, 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 never. Thank you very much. Never tried to push anything on you. Could care less what you think. See ya. Now, what have I pushed? I push all kind of fights. Talking about Julio Cesar Martinez. Dude, that dude is, I pushed his fight with Chocolatito. That's not PBC. I didn't diminish him. Did I diminish Oscar Valdez? Diminished Oscar Valdez by testing positive for them performance-enhancing drugs. And I like all this Hispanic talk. Where was all this Hispanic talk when it was Rigondeaux? I never heard it. When I say Lara beat Canelo, where's all the support for Lara? Where's all the support for Lara? Ain't Lara Hispanic? Where's all the support? Where's all the support for Luis Ortiz? Luis Ortiz is Hispanic, ain't he? What happened to that? Where's that? What's that? Huh? Where's all the support for them? Huh? I want to know. Every time I support Rigondeaux, I don't hear y'all come around talking about Rigondeaux. When I support Luis Ortiz and say Luis Ortiz deserves a fight with Anthony Joshua, I don't hear any of y'all proud Hispanics coming out here talking about, oh yes he does. Thanks for supporting my Latino brother. I don't never hear that. What happened to them? Why not them? Don't they count? Amazing, ain't it? Amazing. Ain't it? Where's the support for Dave Morrell? What about Dave Morrell? I don't hear y'all crying. I don't hear you talking about Dave Morrell. What about Dave Morrell? What about David Morrell? What about Michelle Rivera? I don't hear y'all talking about Michelle Rivera. I support Michelle Rivera. Where you at with the love for Michelle Rivera? Huh? I talk about Matias. Where's the love there? Where's the love for Yordenis Ugas? Where's the love for Yordenis Ugas? Y'all getting mighty funny when it comes to certain Hispanics. Y'all getting mighty forgetful when it comes to certain Hispanics, though. I find that interesting. Whole lot of Hispanic. Yuriokis Gamboa. Where's the love for Yuriokis Gamboa? Huh? Where's the love for Javier Fortuna? Where's the love for Javier Fortuna? Huh? Where's the love for where's the love for Joe Casamayor? Where's the love for him? Man, y'all shut up. Talking about that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Go away from me. For non-Spanish teacher would be proud for his pronunciation of all those Hispanic names. Come on, man. Just go away with that nonsense, man. Seriously. No, Lubin's Haitian. Erickson Lubin's Haitian. He's not Hispanic. He's Haitian. They speak French. They speak French in Haiti. They speak a different European language over there. Man, shut up with all of that, man. Where's your love for them? I've support all kind of talk. Where's the love for David Benavidez? And matter of fact, where's the love for David Benavidez at all? Why y'all ain't screaming about Canelo saying he don't fight Mexicans? Huh? What happened to that? Where's that? Hair a little too curly for you? Hair a little too curly for you? He look a little too mulatto for you? Is that what it is? Where's the love? Where's the love for him? Where's the love for him? Man, shut up. You up Canelo's backside. Because Canelo Alvarez look Irish. Yeah, Ortiz is Cuban. That's Hispanic. They speak Spanish. That's Latino. They speak Spanish. He is fluent in Spanish. First language is the same language as Canelo's. There you go. Different dialect. I guess we call it a slightly different dialect. Same language. Speak the same language. Anyway, I'm not saying that they do or not. All I'm trying to tell you is whenever you say I'm anti-Hispanic, you're full of it. I support Hispanics on this channel on a daily basis. As Mexican fighters I support on this channel, there are Cuban fighters I support on this channel. There are Dominican fighters that I support on this channel. There are straight up white Spanish people that I support on this channel. So you better get up out of here, bro, with all of that nonsense. You just don't like black folk. And I'm going to tell you that's what it is. You don't support black people. That's what it is. And that's the difference. You just want black people to lose. That's it. And no matter who. What about Chocolatito? Chocolatito, they don't got love. They got somewhat love. Chocolatito's in the balance. Little Chocolatito don't grow his hair out so you can see them curls. So you know what I mean? He don't grow his curls out. You can't quite. You see that little pug nose though. Anyway, little Chocolatito. Anyway, man, you gotta get up out of here, bro. Oh yeah. What about Robinson? Yeah, exactly. What happened to Robinson Conceição? You know, just get out of here with all of that stuff, man. Y'all are full of nonsense with that nonsense. And I mean that, dude. Just y'all full of nonsense with that y'all with that nonsense. And I ain't trying to hear it. And by the way, let me tell you something Rolly Romero said that made me really like Rolly Romero. He said, man, you kiss my black ass. When he said that, I was like, Rolly, bow, high five with you, Rolly. That ain't no joke. When Rolly said that, I started liking Rolly. I was like, really, Rolly? That's what's up, Rolly. Mike Kirkland said, for keeping it real. Much love in that super chat, Mike Kirkland. Dog, seriously, man. Y'all need to get out of here, man. It's so easy. It's like all the time, man. I have never been called. It's like the only people in boxing that get called racist, out and out get called racist are black people. No joke. Black people are the only one in this boxing community. And I don't care, dude. And this, look, man, to my Mexican brothers, white brother, all y'all, seriously. No, you know I ain't got no problem with none of y'all. But I'm going to tell you flat out, just listen for this. The only people that literally on a daily basis get called racist are black people. I never hear, and maybe I'm missing it, but dude, literally you have black people in every day getting called racist by people that claim that they're not. It's like, how in the world is this the one area in the world, boxing, where the most consistent victims of racism are the ones that get called racist the most? Steve Kim can say whatever. Steve Kim can call black people a demographic. They can laugh about how it's the fault of a guy that a police officer stuck his knee on his neck and choked him to death, right, with his knee. It's his fault. Paulie Malignaggi literally can say it's that man's fault. But that Paulie's not a racist. It's the guy that says Canelo should fight Charlo. That's the racist. It's not Paulie. It's the guy that says Canelo should fight David Benavidez. Oh, you're just hating on him because he's Mexican. You're a racist. What? David Benavidez is Mexican. That's a Mexican. What do you mean? I don't care. They can fight David Benavidez. It's a good fight. I just don't want them to see him fight Bivol because I don't care about the fight. Oh, you're just a racist. You're just a racist. And you got you monkey-looking ass, short midget-looking mugs calling black people racist. Man, I'm done. Chat's over. I'm serious. I hate going into that, man, but it's ridiculous, man. It's on a daily basis too, bro. Welcome to America, man. I've been here. I'm just laughing at y'all thinking you're going to be able to pull this off. Like we don't know that you're the actual racist just because you turn it around and throw it on other people. Anyway, I'm done with that. Hunter Young. Nah, dog, I'm blaming you is what I'm blaming. I'm blaming you. Get out of here. I'm blaming you. Get up out of here. I'm blaming you. I ain't blaming them. I'm blaming you for doing it. They don't come over here saying that crap to me. You can blame them on, oh, yeah, they invented it, right? Dude, I'm older than all those dudes. I'm older than all those dudes. I've been around everybody you named. I've been on boxing chats talking boxing longer than all those guys. All of them. Dante, I'm older than Dante. I'm older than everybody you named on that list. Okay? I was a grown man while those dudes still were in school. So don't tell me that it's some dudes significantly younger than me that caused it, because it was happening before those guys were ever around. Believe it. I've been around longer than all of those guys. And and people have been doing that in boxing longer than that. Since I started paying attention to the boxing forums and all that as soon as there was the internet, as soon as there was websites being put up. That's what people have been doing to anybody that supported a black fighter. First of all, you get called an N-word and this and that and that. But in the ones that didn't, they would call you a monkey and racist at the same time. And it's the same people on the same forums. On Dougie Fisher's forum, in Dougie Fisher's mailbag, and Steve Kim, when Steve Kim was on Max Boxing, before there ever was a YouTube. When there was a MySpace, when people were having conversations about boxing on MySpace, y'all were doing this stuff. So you better get out of here with all that blaming it on people that ain't have nothing to do with it. Blaming guys. How you going to blame a guy that barely 40 years old for racism? Man, get out of here. Them dudes literally just came around. Faith to Live By said, truth hurts. Blacks are really the only group that get despised all over the globe. That complexion changed a lot. Much love in that super chat, brother. Sorry, man. Go away with all that stuff and stop throwing that on people. I'm talking boxing. The reason why I want to see Canelo fight Charlo is because Charlo's a 2-division champion. He was a champion in the same weight class as Canelo at 154. He's a champion in the same weight class at 160, and he'll be a champion at 168. That's why I want to see the fight, period. Because it's a good fight. That's a good fight. That is a valid fight. It's a legitimate fight. There is nothing that Charlo needs to do to prove it. There's nothing else he needs to do to earn it. That's ridiculous. The man is a 2-division champion in a sanctioned body who beat fighters that were approved by the WBC. He's been a reigning WBC champion in one division or another for over 5 years. That man has done enough to get a fight with anybody in his weight class, without a doubt. And you guys keep raising the bar and changing the bar for the man because you don't want to see a fight or because you want to justify another fight. Blick Ross said, big up to the channel. Thank you, brother. And I don't want to hear none of that nonsense. And from anybody that says that. When you are a 2-division champion in the same weight class as another guy, everybody that you have fought has been a championship fight, either a mandatory challenger or the best voluntary that will agree to fight you. You have done everything that you need to do because you've done the most possible for you to do. And you are nothing but a hypocrite if you see another guy fight somebody else that hasn't even done as much and be okay with that fight, but then crap on him. You're being a hypocrite. Demetrius Bivol has not done a lick more than Jamal Charlo has. Nothing more than he has. He has not been a multi-divisional champion. He's no better a fighter by any realistic, objective measurements. They are both undefeated fighters. They are both champions in the same weight class that Canelo Alvarez is campaigning in. But you guys want to put all this other crap and this extra stuff that Jamal has to do. All kind of extra stuff that Demetrius Andrade has to do, like fight each other. You're not telling Callum Smith he needs to fight Beterbiev. You're not saying, oh, hey, Bivol, fight Beterbiev and fight Ramirez, and then Canelo can get the winner of that. You're just using a different standard because you want to justify the fight not being made. And that's the truth. And then you turn around and call people racist for wanting to see the fight. You're hypocrites and you're liars. Ain't you wise fool? Much love in that super chat, bro. You're hypocrites and you're liars. You just don't want to see the guy get a shot, bro. Hey, Just Van said, Fanon been around before chats existed. Dude, I've been watching boxing since the time when the only thing conversations you could have about boxing was somebody that you were literally sitting next to in a barber shop. That's how long, dude, I'm 50 years old, bro. This stuff has not just come up. People have been doing this and saying this stuff for a very long time, man. Hey, my man Educated Jam said, them black folks, Fanon, that's why, Shalom. Much love in that super chat, brother. Much love in that super chat, bro. Could care less what they say over that dude. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Do it over there, man. Oh, man, look, dude, who cares, man? Seriously, who cares? Do it over there. Leave me alone. You can talk about all you want, man. Ain't nothing wrong with doing that over there. I'm not there. Brian Moody said, whatever happened to steel sharpened steel, Canelo should fight the best out of there. This is what happened, dude. They just say that's not steel. It's called discrimination. That's literally what it's called. Discrimination. You're discriminating. You're saying, I don't like that. No, not him. Just not him. Him, yes. Him, no. There's nothing you can see. There's nothing that you can see about Jamal that's not present in Bivol. There's nothing there. There's nothing there that you can, oh, well, he's tall. He's not even taller. He's not taller. He's not longer. He's not more skilled. He's not more accomplished. He's not none of that. Not none of that. Anyway, it is what it is. But I'm done with all of that, man. Hey, Terry Schmoot been around since Fanon been around since the development of pyramids. Hey, man, you crack another old man joke, you're going to be around nevermore. Terry Schmoot, don't get personal now. LaMarcus Robinson said, hey, facts, Fanon, I heard the same when Floyd was fighting Oscar. Code words for flashy and loud. Yeah, dude, LaMarcus Robinson, they said he didn't deserve the fight. He had not done enough. I'm just joking with Terry Schmoot. But seriously, dude, they said the same thing about Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Canelo Alvarez. I mean, Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Oscar De La Hoya. He was too small. I know you, and I'm joking with you, Terry Schmoot. I can throw you back. You know, they said that he didn't do enough. He can't sell enough. He's too small. They did all this, literally the same thing. And then what happens? He goes in there. Hey, Terry Schmoot, I know. It's all good, man. I know, brother. You're a good dude, man. I ain't worried about that. Thank you. I was just joking. I just tried to rattle your cage, man. It's all good. I wouldn't. Hey, Terry, dog, if you ain't been blocked by now, dude, you ain't never going to get blocked. No joke. Man, ain't no worries about that, man. TY say, check your Cash App. Absolutely, brother. Hey, man, my saying, facts, my guy. Hey, much love, TY. Thank you, brother, for that support, bro. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Thank you. Hold on one second. Got it. AJ, yo, we can joke with you, but you joke with us, la ha ha, or you're gonna threaten to kick us out, ha ha ha. AJ, AJ, answer the question, dude. Did you know about the 2-weight divisions or not? AJ, I ain't forgot about you, bro. I didn't throw you out. I just said, dude, you just not being honest with me. You know you were being sarcastic. It's obvious you were being sarcastic. I didn't have a problem with you being sarcastic. I was sarcastic right back with you, bro. What is that? Yeah, Keith No said that he can't sell enough. They said that about Floyd. Yeah, absolutely. They said nobody would want to see the fight. Nobody wanted to see the fight because he cannot draw flies to a garbage can. Floyd Mayweather. Yes, that's what they said about him. And they said he was too small. Oscar De La Hoya will destroy him. There's no way he can win the fight. Yes, they acted like Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Oscar De La Hoya was a joke. Absolutely, Oscar De La Hoya would destroy him. Same thing they're saying about Canelo. The same thing. They're literally the same thing. The only difference is don't compare Floyd. But no, I'm comparing Floyd. Danny, Jacob, I'm absolutely comparing Floyd. You want to look at Floyd after he accomplished it. I'm telling you, I was watching him before he did, and they said the same thing. They said the same thing about him. You think he was bored? You think Floyd just walked out and was getting fights with these guys? No, they had a bunch of fans making excuses about why he didn't deserve the fight and why he was going to get destroyed and how he was not that good. You had Steve Kim and Dougie Fisher predicting he was going to get knocked out by Diego Corrales. They were calling him overrated after the Gennaro Hernandez fight, and then they said he was going to get knocked out by Diego Corrales. And when he beat up Diego Corrales, they said Diego Corrales was drained. And then they said he was going to get beat by Jose Luis Castillo. And then he beat Jose Luis Castillo, and they said, oh, no. And then he started calling out Oscar De La Hoya, and they acted like it was a joke. And he didn't deserve the fight. The same thing. I'm telling you, it's literally the same thing that they are doing to Jamal Charlo, and they are doing to Demetrius Andrade. It's literally the same thing from the same people. Same thing from the same people. And you young fans that just popped up on the street act like this never happened before. As if Archie Moore, way back in the 1950s, couldn't get a shot at people. It was happening in the 1950s. It happened in the 1910s. It happened in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, zeros, tens, and now. There is literally nothing different about what's going on with Canelo and Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade that has been going on in boxing the entire time. The entire time. But y'all act brand new about it every single solitary time. Brand new. Real brand new about it. They had Black Murderers Row because those guys would not fight Charlie Burley, who is the guy whose name I remember the most easily in Black Murderers Row. A guy that could have been and maybe is one of the best welterweights ever. You've never heard that dude's name because the guys in that division refused to fight him or any of the other guys that all got together and fought in what could easily be considered the first PBC. When they were like, these guys won't fight us, we're going to put on fights and we're going to fight each other. There are guys in the 1910s and 1920s that were called the Black Champion who would easily whoop Jack Dempsey, but Jack Dempsey wouldn't fight him. So they had to fight each other. And then you had everybody in the world talking about, and to this day, how Jack Dempsey was the greatest heavyweight of the era. The only reason he got that is because he was not allowed to, because he would not fight guys. And you're acting like that shit don't happen now. It does. Canelo Alvarez is fighting a bunch of European fighters, and you have everybody saying that they're the best fighter, knowing that they're not the best fighters. You know they're not the best fighters. None of y'all think that Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders and Yildirim and Callum Smith are the best fighters at 168 and 160. You know Kovalev is not the best 175-pounder. He already got knocked out by Ileana Alvarez, and he got knocked out by Andre Ward. Come on, man. But you act like it's me making it up. Dude, this crap been going on a long time, and it's going to continue to go a long time. And they do the same thing. They turn around and say, because you pointed out, you're a racist. That's what they do. It's the same thing. Reverse racism. They said reverse racism since the 1970s. After that, they said the race card. Now you are just a flat out racist. People that do not want black people to get it or black Hispanics to get shots at champions are turning around and calling you a racist because you say that you should see it or because you support them. It's the same thing that's been going on, man. Stop. It goes on all over the place. Anyway, Black Cat Hampton said fighters need to start going the Lara Andrade route and invade every single Quack Nello press conference. Jab at the man's pride. Once enough people start calling him a coward, he might get froggy. Much love in that super chat, bro. Hey, man, it is what it is, man. I'm done with that, though. And I apologize to everybody for going in on that for too long, bro. I went on that for too long. That's my bad. The one and only said they don't like premier black fighters. Simple. Let me tell you, they do not want their guy to lose. That's that simple. They don't want Canelo to lose. And they're fearful of it. And they're fearful of it for good reason. Because, dude, Demetrius Andrade can fight. Anybody with two eyeballs can see that man can fight. Anybody with two eyeballs and an honest mind knows Jermall Charlo can fight. Canelo Alvarez very well may beat him, but dude, those are not easy fights. Daniel Jacobs wasn't an easy fight for Canelo. Daniel Jacobs was not an easy fight for Canelo. And that fight just happened. Okay? If Daniel Jacobs is not an easy fight for Canelo, why is Jermall Charlo so easy? If Austin Trout is not an easy fight for Canelo Alvarez, why would Demetrius Andrade be an easy fight? Stop acting like these guys can't fight because you don't want to see the fight. Anyway, Blacksmith Ross said, Terry Schmoot, you're not using facts. This is going to be hurt, but let's unpack Canelo. Can you explain in detail, Terry, if Rocky Fielding and Callum Smith better than Charlo, and are they more popular? Dude, yeah, he's lying. Hey, Blacksmith Ross, he's trolling you. But dude, thank you so much for that support in that super chat, bro. Thank you so much for that love in that super chat. And John Boy, brother, thank you back. You back in the house, brother. Thank you so much, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you for the support, man. Look, man. Say that wasn't too long. Yeah, but look, dude, I don't want to scare off. You know me, dog. I don't want to scare off the white folk. I don't, bro. I don't want to scare off people that do not find this. I don't want to scare people off that do not want to be engulfed in this conversation forever. Because honestly, man, sports is something you should just be able to talk about sports. You should just be able to talk about who you can think can win the fight. And I can justify these guys fighting without ever bringing that stuff up. That's why I don't like to bring that stuff up all the time. Really, I don't. The on and only said, if you bought PBC, do you think you could change boxing? No, I don't think I could change boxing if I bought the PBC. Much love in the super chat. No, I do not. I will tell you this, though. Y'all hit that like button. Make sure, hey, man, we got 418 people in the building. Hit that like button, man. And I appreciate you supporting the channel. That's what does it. Because these guys listen to this, man. They know. And the reason why Canelo's pissed and you know why Canelo has to sit in the middle of a ring and say, why don't these guys fight each other? Canelo had to say that. They couldn't keep it quiet because Canelo hears this all the time. This is not falling on deaf ears. They know this to be the case. That's why they come around and they call you names. That's why Canelo had to sit in the middle of a boxing ring and explain himself in a crowd of people with Chris Mannix with a mic. And, well, what do you say, Canelo? Don't you think these other guys who are not on our network, need to fight each other? Yeah, I don't understand it. I know they want payday. So he's telling everybody, oh, these guys just want a payday. Right? He's explaining himself, which tells you that they can't ignore it because it is a lot of people saying it. And a lot of boxing fans agree with it and know what's going on and have been saying this about Canelo for a while. That's why they have to speak on it. If it was just somebody sitting there and nobody was listening, they wouldn't have to comment on it. But they have to comment on it because this is pressuring Canelo. And good. Canelo needs to be pressured on it. It's some crap, man. Seriously. Anyway. Canelo 6 years ago loses to Plant. Man, get out of here. Canelo 6 years ago beats Plant. Canelo 5 years ago beats Plant. Canelo 8 years ago beats, any point in time since that dude turned 20 years old, he beats Caleb Plant. What about Why you just he just can't get out of here. Now Caleb Plant is somebody that is better than what? You know what I'm saying? Now Caleb Plant, oh yeah, Canelo's gotten so much better. Man, shut up. Like, what do you mean? That's how he lost because he was young. He lost because he couldn't win the fight. That's why he lost. He lost because he couldn't win the fight. That's why. That's why he lost. As a matter of fact, let me see something here. Let me see something. Let me see something. Because I think this is definitely worthy of a little bit of research. Let me see something. Erislandy Lara, because I don't want to do a black fighter. I'm going to go to a Hispanic. Erislandy Lara, the Hispanic. All right. Paul Williams. How old was Paul Williams? How old was Paul Williams in 2011? Oh, he's 30. So he's a little older. He was 30. He was 30. Paul Williams beat Erislandy Lara. Carlos Molina got a draw on Erislandy Lara. Jarrett Hurd beat Erislandy Lara. How was Jarrett Hurd when he beat Erislandy Lara? He might have been older too. He might have been old as Jarrett Hurd, man, in 2000. Jarrett Hurd is probably in his late 20s, right? Oh, he's 31. They were in their late 20s. So I guess Canelo was a little bit younger than him when he took that L. But he definitely took that L. Lara got robbed, and I was appalled. Yeah, he got robbed. Lara got robbed against Canelo too. Lara got robbed against Canelo too. Yeah, he got robbed. I thought he got robbed against Austin Trout too. I mean, he got robbed against Nah, he didn't. He got that last minute knockdown by Jarrett Hurd. Keith Knowles said, I know, you know how Steve Colbert had a show where he pretended to be Republican. Oh, Steve Colbert, and used their talking points. I would totally watch a Terry Schmooze show where he did the most convincing Canelo fanboying. Hey man, he does a good job of that fanboying. Much love in that super chat, Keith Nolan. Yeah, he's hilarious, man. Yeah, I like Steve Colbert, but I don't really. Once Steve Colbert became Steve Colbert, I don't like him. I stopped paying attention to him, man. Hey, racists don't consider black Latinos Latino. Oh, I understand that, man. Very obvious. Very obvious. Same like they don't consider blacks to be American. That's why they, dude. You know you can catch them too. You catch them like this. Whenever they say Americans, they will just say black fighters are not. I'll say American boxing because that's what we are. It's American boxing, right? If you're being non-racist, it's American boxing. Marco Gonzalez said, "Crybabies." I'm not crying. I'm just telling you like it is. If your boy acts a punk, your boy's acting a punk. That ain't crying. Tell Canelo to man up and fight these guys. Stop hiding behind excuses. Because Canelo got a lot of excuses for not fighting these guys. He's standing up there making excuses. I'm busy. They haven't done enough. That means making excuses. Why aren't we talking about Andrade's next fight? Because I don't care about Andrade's next fight. That's why I hear he ate, see? Because I don't care about his next fight. What do you want me to do? A whole lot of people's fights I'm not talking about neither. I'm not talking about Beterbiev's next fight either. I'm not talking. There's about 99. I bet there's 9,000 people's next fights I'm not talking about. That's why. Because Canelo's the biggest star in boxing. That's why. We're talking about the biggest star in boxing. That's why. Ain't he the biggest star in boxing? Why shouldn't we talk about the biggest star in boxing? You don't want us to talk about the biggest star in boxing? Yeah, he is. That's why I'm talking about him. Exactly. He's the biggest star in the boxing, and he's a duck. Hey, that's not mutually exclusive. He is the biggest star in boxing, and he's a duck. There you go. Jack Dempsey was the biggest star in boxing, and he was a duck. No doubt about it. Jack Dempsey was the biggest star in boxing, and John L. Sullivan called him a duck. John L. Sullivan called him a duck. This ain't new. This ain't new. Do you know who John L. Sullivan is? You know who John L. Sullivan is? John L. Sullivan is the first of modern boxing. He is considered the first champion, the first heavyweight champion in modern boxing. John L. Sullivan. And John L. Sullivan said, because he was still alive when Jack Dempsey was fighting. He was retired. He was old. He was retired, right? John L. Sullivan was alive during the time that Jack Dempsey was Jack Johnson was fighting. And what John L. Sullivan said was, anytime you hear a champion talk about the color line, that's because there's a black fighter that he can't beat. That's calling Jack Dempsey a duck. And Jack Dempsey himself said he was afraid of Sam Langford. So he didn't fight him. Jack Dempsey was the biggest name in boxing, and he was a superstar. Legit superstar and a legit duck at the same time. I'm telling you, there's nothing different. When you hear somebody use an excuse for one guy that doesn't apply to another guy, he's a duck. Demetrius Bivol, or better yet, let's leave Demetrius Bivol out of it. Billy Joe Saunders did enough to deserve a fight with Canelo Alvarez, but Demetrius Andrade has not. Amir Khan has done enough to deserve a fight with Canelo Alvarez, but Jamal Charlo has not. Amir Khan is a 126-pounder that had been knocked out in damn near every weight class he had been in before he got to Canelo. But that fight was still okay. Canelo Alvarez fans had no problem with him fighting Amir Khan. Matter of fact, use it as an accomplishment. Look at all the things he's accomplished. He fought Shane Mosley. Dude, Shane Mosley's a lightweight. Had already lost to Floyd. Had already lost to Manny Pacquiao. Had already lost twice to Vernon Forrest. But that win is historic for Canelo Alvarez. Right? You guys are just being hypocrites, man. That's it. And Canelo Alvarez is making excuses for not fighting these guys. And you just put it on the other guy and look and hyperanalyze him and try to look for every flaw you can find in the other guys and blame them for Canelo Alvarez being a hypocrite. And then just say, oh, he's going to win the fight. It's guaranteed. No need for that fight because Canelo's so great, he can never lose, even though he's already lost in the past. And yes, he's the biggest star in boxing, and all of what I said is true. And you know it's true. Period. Okay? And you know what I'm saying is true. Anyway, that's crazy, but Dave Morrell's supposed to be Canelo's mandatory 168, but no one's talking about him, Young Goat. I already mentioned him. He's not going to get that fight, though. Do not think for a second he's going to get that fight because he doesn't deserve the fight. Even if he's his mandatory, he doesn't deserve it. James Hill, man, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, man. He said, good morning, King. Hey, you know I would like to see more of Sandor Martin, the guy that beat Mikey Garcia. What do you think of Tevin Farmer versus Mickey Bay? I could care less about that fight. Much love in that super chat, bro. Much love in that super chat, bro. Let me tell you something, man. Mickey Bay versus Tevin Farmer is like, man, I don't understand. Mickey Bay, I don't even know what to say about that fight. I think Tevin Farmer, I thought Mickey Bay was a trainer. He's a former champion, right? And he's a current trainer. I thought he's a trainer. I don't know, Mickey Bay the trainer or Jake Davidson the trainer. And why is Devin Haney with Jay Davison? That shit is going to bet, man, what is that about? I meant to say that. Why is Devin, some of y'all know Devin, why is he with Ben Davison? That makes no sense to me. Why he would be with Ben Davison. I'm stumped by that. Absolutely, positively stumped by why Devin Haney is trained by Jay Davison. I have no, why would, that is like super funny to me. But I don't know, man. Like Tevin Farmer, I wish Tevin Farmer would get back and campaign and try to get a title shot at 130. It seems like that fight to me seems like Tevin Farmer is admitting that he is retired. That's what it seems like to me. Tevin Farmer is saying that he's retired because Mickey Bay is pretty much retired. That's like a legends fight with guys that are good, really, really good fighters and former champions. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, man. Who could I put that up there with? That would be like maybe, God dog, man. Who could that be? Like, what's that guy's name? The welterweight who fought Sergio. Man, I always mix him up with Josecito Lopez. But maybe it's like, Josecito Lopez. Oh, better yet, like Omar Figueroa. It's like Omar Figueroa versus Jaime against Javier Fortuna or something like that. Just like something I'm not really, I would watch the fight, but, I'm not really, amped up about it. I would still like to see Tevin Farmer really get a fight with Gervonta Davis. I was looking forward to that fight. You know what I mean? In my opinion, said Mickey worked my corner at the Ohio State Fair when I was a little kid. Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Street Splitter said, Farmer been out of the ring for a while now. That's not a good tune-up fight for Nine. Yeah, it's like, that's it. Or maybe it's a good tune-up fight for Tevin Farmer. It could be a good tune-up fight for Tevin Farmer. If it's because he just wants to get active and right. But I'm telling you, man, I certainly hope that Tevin Farmer, that doesn't turn to be the same situation with Devin Haney as what happened to Tevin Farmer. Because really they look like very parallel. They look like parallel circumstances to me. Yeah, I would say it's a good tune-up. Yeah, if you look at it that way, it's a good tune-up for Tevin Farmer. Okay, that I agree with. That I agree with, no doubt. No doubt. That's a good. From that perspective, absolutely. Jim Jean-Pierre in that Cash App, brother. Much love, man. He said, blessings, bro. Canelo fans are just ridiculous, in my opinion. Much love in that super chat, bro. Look, man, it is what it is, man. That's not their problem. They don't care. They can root for Canelo. You know what I'm saying? They can root for Canelo. That's all good. But I mean, when you come to me, is the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get mad at me because I see it. And don't tell me that I don't see it because I see it. I see it. Like you said, MGK. Let me see it. Dog, I love that song, dog. Dog, seriously, I love that song. I was like, man, that is like poetic in its straightness, straight to the pointness. Anyway, man, I don't think Devin's on no steroids, man. I don't think he's on steroids. I just don't get that though. Like, I don't get that, man. There's so many really good trainers that are right there and available for Devin, man. Right there. I mean, dude, he can work with Buddy McGirt, man. Like, what? There's Buddy McGirt, right? Like, if you could get trained by Buddy McGirt, you could get trained by God, man, who's out there besides, like, Buddy McGirt is the guy that really comes to mind to me. You know what I mean? Nah, you're growing, young man. He ain't growing no more, man. In my opinion, Devin Haney is full grown. He ain't getting no bigger. That is a full grown man right there. 100% full grown man. And again, man, thank you so much. Everybody supports in the chat and the Cash App and the Super Chat. You guys make the channel go. Thank you so much for your support, bro. TJ say for 9, I wouldn't be shocked if Devin and his team think having Ben Davison in his corner is some type of crossover strategy boosting their profile. More cringy things have happened. I don't know. I don't get it, man. If that's it, I don't get that, man. Maybe it's the backlash for him being honest? Is it the backlash for him being honest, you mean? Like he did that is like, yeah, I will, yo, you mean. So since he got a lot of heat for saying he would never lose to a white dude and getting all that pressure put on him for saying that, he got all that pressure for saying that. Then he went on ahead. Then he wanted to say, let me make sure I look inclusive and bring in Ben Davison. It could be. Who knows, man? Street Splitter said he's waiting for Farmer to lose to start talking like he really wanted it. You talking about Gervonta? Man, come on, man. Gervonta would have. Man, see, that's a reason why y'all, in my opinion, said for 9. At 23, the older he gets, the harder to make 135. Trust me, he's 5'10". Oh, I don't doubt. You mean that he may have a harder time making weight? I don't doubt that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you better come get this weight. You better come get this weight. You better come get this work. I'm gonna tell you right now, dog. Gary Antoine Russell, you better come get this work. You better come get this work. Gary Antoine Russell, you better come get that work. ABK, I'm telling all you Devin fans, I'm telling you already, he goes up to 140 and he ain't trying to get that fight with your boy. Y'all better stop. Y'all better stop. Y'all done hoisted yourselves. You know what I'm talking about. Somebody said I missed James Hill. I said I missed the super chat. Excuse me. And brother, I'm sorry if I did. And I'm going to hit this. I'm going to make sure I go check. James Hill. Absolutely. I see you, brother. He said, hey, good morning, King. You know you would like to see. Oh, I saw that, James Hill. I got you. He said, good morning, King. Hey, you know I would like to see more of Sandor Martin, the guy that beat Mikey Garcia. Also, what you think of Tevin Farmer, Mickey Bay? Yeah, we talked about that for a long time, bro. We talked about that for a long time. Absolutely, we talked about that for a long time. Let me back up. Blacksmith Ross, much love in the super chat, bro. He said, look, I was a big Roy Jones fan. I never cry when people hate on Roy. I wish I could see Roy fight everyone. Canelo fans cry about other fighters trying to fight him. Where's the pride? Where's the pride? Trash. Yeah, see, that's why that's why you know they're frauds. Because they're arguing about a fight not happening. That's it right there. That's the key. Right there. They don't want to see a fight happen. They're protecting their fighter. You're telling me why you don't want to see a fight happen. They don't deserve that fight. You don't believe that. You know that's garbage. You know that's garbage. You know you're trying. If you are actively trying to keep a fight from happening, you're protecting your fighter. Period. Period. I don't care what justification you give. Errol Spence Jr. and Jaron Ennis, right? Dude, you cannot, if Errol Spence Jr. fans start saying Jaron Ennis is not done enough, he doesn't deserve the fight. They're protecting Errol Spence. Flat out, no doubt. Hey, brother, and by the way, man, Blacksmith Ross, thank you so much for your support, bro. That's huge. Thank you so much, man. No joke, brother. Thank you so much. That is huge. You make the channel go, bro. Look, man, if anybody said that, they ducking. You never hear them say that. You never hear Errol Spence Jr. fans say Jaron Ennis does not deserve a fight with Errol Spence Jr. He needs to go do something else and go prove himself. That's telltale for you thinking that guy's going to beat him. You are worried about that fight. Period. Because you don't want the fight to happen. Do you want that fight? And ask him the straight question. Do you want to see the fight happen? And it's a yes or a no. Their answer is no. I don't want to see the fight. Why don't you want to see the fight? Well, he hasn't done enough. He would beat him easy. He doesn't. Yeah, really? He would beat him easy, so he needs to go prove. So if he beat, who exactly does he need to beat to change your mind that he'll beat Canelo? When none of the guys that you're saying he should fight, do you think can beat Canelo? Come on, man. You just don't want to see the fight. And if you don't want to see the fight, I'm thinking you just scared he may lose. Because he could lose to Charlo. And that's just a fact, man. He could lose. And if I got that into the face of, I don't care who the person is. If I ask that question to them, they got to say yes or they're lying. Do you think he has any chance of beating him? Any chance? Yeah, he has a chance. All right, well, thank you. Or no, he has no chance. You're lying. He lost to Lara. He lost to Mayweather. He had a good fight with Danny Jacobs. He didn't dominate Danny Jacobs. It was a good fight. He won the fight, but it was not some one-sided fight with Daniel Jacobs. It was a decent competitive fight that Canelo clearly won. But it wasn't some blowout. Why would you expect any less from Jamal Charlo? That's what I want to know. If Daniel Jacobs can fight him in a good competitive fight, why can't Demetrius Andrade and Charlo and Benavidez? That's why I don't believe you guys about that stuff. You just want the guy to win and to celebrate. And really, you're the DAZN fans or something. Anyway, Marcus, because I don't like them DAZN fans. All you bozos talking about, DAZN, yeah, pay-per-view is dead. Pay-per-view is dead. Remember them clowns? Pay-per-view is dead. No, man. And man, like, what do you mean pay-per-view is dead? Pay-per-view's dead. All right, man. Whatever, dude. These guys are going to fold. Or they're either going to change or they're going to fold. They changed. Anyway, Marcus Thomas said, Canelo have flag belts, the real belts that represent Mexico. He lose those belts. No more champion, no more Mexican champion. I don't care about that, man. Get out of here. There'll be a ton of Mexican champions without Canelo. I don't agree with that, Marcus. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you for the support. Dude, Canelo Alvarez, there's plenty of Mexican champions without Canelo Alvarez. There are plenty of Mexican champions before Canelo Alvarez. There's going to be plenty of Mexican champions after Canelo Alvarez because Mexicans got a bunch of really, really good fighters. They got a bunch of very, very good fighters, man. Very good fighters. Very, very good fighters that your average Joe Blow ain't beating. Just straight up. They produce them on a regular basis. It is rinse and repeat with Mexico. What's the year they got good fighters? Name a year they got good fighters. I mean, and I'm serious. Give me a year in period. You can give me a year period and you go find a good Mexican fighter. But if you're definitely tough, since 1980, name a year, I will name a Mexican fighter that is one of the best in the world. They keep them because they are great fighters. They got great trainers. They got a lot of really good sparring. They got a lot of institutional knowledge. Mexican boxing ain't going nowhere, okay? It ain't going nowhere with or without Canelo. It's the same it's always been. Great fighters coming out of there. And the same thing with American boxing. Dude, we keep American fighters. Keep them. Keep them, okay? Well, you're not dominating like you used to. Man, we doing the same thing we always do. Got a champion that will whoop all of yours. Always. Keep one. Keep one in the pocket. Keith Nolan said, fortunately, as Spence fans, we don't have to do that because Arrow wants that smoke. Ain't ducking nobody. Hashtag the truth. Exactly. Much love in that super chat. Fortunately enough, we don't have to do that. But he wouldn't get away with it either. Roy didn't get away. Man, Roy Jones fought everybody, and they still hated on Roy Jones. Roy Jones literally had to go up to heavyweight to shut him up. And they didn't give him any credit when he got to heavyweight. tell you. It's two different standards, man. Blacksmith Ross holding down the chat, brother. Thank you so much for your support, man. He said, I have one better for 9, and I agree with you. I hate to say this, but if Canelo won't fight Charlo and then fight Benavidez instead, I'll leave Canelo alone. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you, brother. Oh, what I mean, I just say keep calling him a duck. Hey, Blacksmith Ross, I just say, hey, man, just keep calling him a duck. Trust me, it'll get him. Eventually, can't duck that. You can't duck it, dude. There's a lot of fans that think that dude is a duck. That's why people keep talking about it. Because there's a lot of people that think he's a duck. They can't get themselves out of that. You can't make these fighters disappear. You know what I mean? You can't act like these dudes do not exist forever. You can keep on talking, and people will keep on calling that man a duck, and that gets up underneath that man's skin. He don't like it, dog. He knows who these guys are, and he knows he ain't fighting them. You know what I mean? Canelo can say what he want. He know these dudes. He know who these guys are. They know him. He knows them. They know him. Everybody that knows Canelo knows who they are. That's how it works. Okay? Those guys aren't going anywhere simply because the bigger Canelo gets, just by simple virtue of that, people at telling him that he needs to fight these guys, those guys' names get bigger. That's how it works. Anthony Joshua could not get rid of Deontay Wilder. Canelo Alvarez can't get rid of these guys. And by the way, eventually he's going to run out of tomato cans. He's going to run out of tomato cans. But they willing to go as long as they can. I'll give them that. Hey, Paradigm Immortal, can somebody name a Mexican gold medalist? Supposedly they're the best. That's the amateurs. That's the amateurs. That's an amateur. They're the amateurs. They don't make amateurs. They make pros. Mexico ain't trying to win Olympic gold medals. They making fighters. And they make their fighters turn pro at like 15. 15, 16 years old. Those guys are pros. Earning money for fights, man. Fighting like pit bulls in Tijuana. No, man, they don't have a national program designed to get their best amateurs into the professionals. The Mexicans that fight for the Olympics are, generally speaking, living in America. Oscar Valdez, didn't Oscar Valdez fight? Isn't Oscar Valdez an Olympian? He's a Mexican Olympian. He trained in America. That's why he speaks fluent English. He probably moved over from Mexico at like age 2, right? He's a Mexican citizen, but he ain't been in Mexico. He ain't lived in Mexico since he was an itty bitty kid. Mexicans ain't trying to fight. They don't care about that. They trying to make pros. Canelo Alvarez didn't go, never thought about the Olympics probably. He went straight, how old are you? Big enough to fight a grown man? Let's get paid. You know what I mean? Like that. My man Blacksmith Ross said, the reason why I say that, because Canelo fans are tribal, maybe all about race for most of them. If Canelo just fight Benavidez instead, he's not black. Much love in that super chat. I don't think a lot of these people are Canelo fans. Some of these people ain't really Canelo fans, I'm telling you. Blacksmith Ross. A lot of these guys are not Canelo fans. That are doing this, they're not Canelo. They're not really Canelo fans. They're not fans of anybody, really. They're anti-fans. They're anti-fans. They just do not want PBC doing well. They do not want the PBC to get fights, because as soon as Canelo fights Gennady Golovkin, they're going to turn on Canelo. It's easy money, man. These guys are going to tell whichever way the wind blows is what they're going to do. Telling you, whichever way the wind blows. And when Gennady Golovkin fought Canelo Alvarez, they were not pro Canelo at all. I'm telling you, Canelo got treated. They did Canelo dirty. They did Canelo dirty. Act like Canelo stole something by beating Gennady Golovkin. Cried up and down about how judges needed to be banned from boxing forever because they scored the fight for Canelo and not for Gennady Golovkin. I'm telling you, that is what they're doing, and Canelo is taking advantage of that. Canelo Alvarez got a whole lot of people that want to see that fight because they want to see a European guy beat Canelo. It's not a lot different than what they're doing with that Floyd did with Mexicans. It's just that Canelo's doing it with Europeans because that was his big fight. His big fight was Gennady Golovkin, right? And what did that get? That had a lot of fans of a European fighter rooting against Canelo. You have a lot of people that are hoping Canelo Alvarez loses to these Eastern European fighters. And I'm telling you, they're going to run up on Gennady Golovkin, or they'll run up on Bivol or whoever guy. If they can find somebody to beat him, dog, it's going to be the great white hope that beat Canelo. It's the same dynamic, man. It's the same dynamic, different fighter, bro. Same dynamic, different fighter. They just don't want to do it with black fighters. That's what it looks like to me. Because, these guys are not reinventing the wheel. And they're fighting the same type of guy over and over and over again, man. Over and over and over again. Like, over and over and over again. How many European fighters has he fought since he fought Gennady, right? He fought Gennady, then he fights Gennady, then he fights who was the next one? Fielding, then he fights Yildirim, then he fights Smith, then he fights what's his name? Billy Joe Saunders, right? Then he fights Kovalev, then he fights Plant. You know what I mean? It's the same thing over and over and over again. And it's obvious that that's what he's doing. And to claim that you don't see that pattern is I think you're being a little dishonest. You know what I mean? In my opinion, said Mexicans always have tough, man. Mexican always got good fighters. Always have good fighters. Always. Because it's a great, man, there's a lot of, they've got the institutional knowledge, man. You've got guys like Robert Garcia that no one, and Eduardo Garcia, and what's that man's name out there? Eddie Reynoso can do it. What's that guy's name? Nacho Beristain. They've got all kind of guys, Mexicans, that can build a fighter from the ground up. That know how to fight. They know how to fight. They have a style in which they fight, generally speaking, right? In American, you got a style that beats that style, though. And it's proven to do it. American have a style where they will beat those Mexicans because it's hit and don't get hit. Mexicans are hit and don't get hit too, but they'll also pressure you and try to break you down and do all of that, right? But dude, a Floyd Mayweather Jr., a Sugar Ray Leonard, a Roy Jones Jr., those type of guys that have the athleticism and the fundamental skills to hit and not get hit, all of those guys, the James Tonys, dude, they're going to win. It's a better style. It's a better style. And they don't want to fight that, and that style's going to beat Canelo. But it's amazing that, that people keep forgetting that styles make fights. Styles make fights. And I'm telling you, don't like that Demetrius Andrade style. Don't like it. He's not easy to hit. Jamal Charlo, not easy to hit. Caleb Plant wasn't particularly easy to hit, but hey, when he got him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Copper Aberrant said, haters just found out Wilder might be a billionaire, and what are they left with fighting somebody? He ain't no billionaire, man. Guys be throwing that around, but hey, man, that dude making a lot of money. You know what I mean? Black fighters aren't in an abundance because of a lot of defunding of after-school boxing programs. Hey, man, now that ain't no joke. And the defunding of the amateurs programs and all that, but there's plenty of black fighters, though, man. Plenty of them, man. Tevis Smith said, Fanon, Canelo just keeps fighting Glass Joes because Mike Tyson hasn't beat anyone to deserve him to fight. What? I don't get that, man. I don't get that. I don't understand what you said. I don't understand that one, man. You lost me on that, man. Dude, I'm going to tell you what I'm not into. I'm not into just insulting Canelo or insulting fighters for the sake of doing it. That I'm not doing. I know Canelo Alvarez is a very good fighter, man. I know he is. But anyway, Tank Davis and your boy, Rolly. I definitely can't wait for that fight, man. That's going to be very, very entertaining, brother. Very, very entertaining. What is this? I know I responded to this. It's funny. Anyway, again, man, much love. Thank you guys so much for supporting in the Super Chat and the Cash App. Thank you guys so much, man. Y'all be holding the channel down. Cannot tell you how much I appreciate you, man. Giant TV said, is Tank versus Rolly official? Yeah, it's been officially announced. No doubt about it, man. Oh, he said, you never played Mike Tyson Punch-Out? That's what years ago, man. Years ago, man, I paid Mike Tyson Punch-Out, man. Nah, no thank you, bro. What is there to debate? There's no debate there. There's no debate there, man, at all. It's the same lines. Dude, I guarantee you. And I had dudes good people to me. I want to see the guy fight the guy. If you don't want to see him fight the guy, that's because you don't want to see him fight. But you cannot tell me that this guy is two division weight champions don't deserve fights, man. It is what it is, though, man. Knock yourself out with all that. I ain't big into it. Fanon looking like Andre Rozier this morning, man. I don't look nut, man. You better get up out of here, bro. Like, man, you better get up out of here, man. I look like Andre Rozier. I do not resemble Andre Rozier at all. Only thing that I got in common with Andre Rozier is a bald head and relatively similar color. Other than that, dog, come on, man. You better not do me like that, man. Don't do me like that, man. I don't look like nobody's Andre Rozier, but it is what it is. Same thing that they are. Just a fan. Whatever Canelo out, whatever you want to call Billy Joe Saunders, that is what Jermall Charlo is. You can call it a title holder or you can call it a champion. Whatever it is that those guys Canelo Alvarez are fighting, that's what Jermall Charlo is. If you want to call it a champion, call it a champion. If you want to call it a title holder, call it a title holder. But just make sure you call it, just make sure you call it the same thing. Just make sure that you know what is funny, man? Let me tell you what I'm going to throw you out. Fanon is an Errol Spence lover. Are you trying to call him? I mean, that sounds like nigger lover to me. The fuck are you talking about? You're an Errol Spence lover. Man, grow up, man. Grow up, man. Anyway, that's what it sounded like to me. Like, that's how you use the word, man. Like, you're using Errol Spence's name as if he's like there's something wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? You're a Terrence Crawford lover. Like, there's something wrong with Terrence Crawford. Like, Terrence Crawford's name is a dirty word or something. What do you mean? You're just a Canelo lover. I would never. What's wrong with being a fan of Canelo Alvarez? Canelo Alvarez is not a dirty word. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Silky Slim. Truth is truth. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Truth is truth. Truth. What do you mean? Truth is truth. John Boy in that super chat, brother, man. Thank you so much for your support. Much love in that super chat, bro. Oh, you was talking about the belt? Okay. I know what you mean. What truth is truth? A lie is a lie. Truth is truth. Is there a point with that? He said, damn, I wasn't throwing you out, man. Trust me, man. I ain't throwing nobody out, man. Hey, Justin Van said, I'm a Terrence Crawford fan. Been watching him since the Golden Gloves. Omaha is a great fight town for the amateurs. That's what's up. Omaha, Nebraska. It's good, man. It's a good place. It's a good place, period, man. I would love to live in Nebraska. How about fanboyism? Is there anything wrong with that, Fanon? Is there any, Javier Martinez, is there anything wrong with fanboyism? No, there's not. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being a fanboy. Nothing. What's wrong with being, oh, I'm not an Errol Spence Jr. lover? I don't know what you mean by that. Am I a fan of Errol Spence Jr.? Yes, I'm a fan of Errol Spence Jr. What do you mean? I'm a fan of Errol Spence Jr. Yes, I am a fan of Errol Spence Jr. What's the problem with that? And no, there's nothing wrong with somebody being a fanboy for a fighter and loving that fighter. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. What's wrong with it? The problem is if you're a hypocrite. The problem is not with whether or not you worship Canelo Alvarez. Dude, if you like Canelo Alvarez as a fighter, yeah, that's your favorite fighter. You want to buy posters of him and put them on your wall. You want to rewatch his fights all day. Dude, there is nothing wrong. And John Boy, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you. There is nothing wrong with that. I don't begrudge anybody being a fan of any other fighter. It's when you're a hypocrite is the problem. When you run around and attack other people because they like a fighter that you don't like. Like you running around and calling somebody a fanboy because you think Errol Spence is a dirty word. You think there's something wrong with being an Errol Spence Jr. fan? What's wrong with being an Errol Spence Jr. fan? He's a fighter, isn't he? He's a boxer, isn't he? He puts on entertaining fights, doesn't he? He fights good fighters. What's wrong with that? Nothing's wrong with that. At all. There's nothing wrong with Canelo Alvarez for people loving Canelo Alvarez. Silky Slim, let me tell you something. I was waiting for you, brother, to throw you up out of here. I don't give a fuck what you think, Slimy Slim. I don't care what you think. I don't come off biased. You come off, that's your interpretation of me. I don't care if you think I'm biased. I'm not being unfair to anybody. I don't think I am. If you think you are, go somewhere. If I am, go somewhere else. Easy. Easy. If you don't like it, go away. What's the problem? Why are you over here preaching to me about my need to be fair to somebody else? Go away. That's easy, man. Just go away. I don't listen to you. Trust me, I don't listen to you clowns. Do not listen to you. Once I realize that I don't agree with you on the majority of the things that you say, I don't watch you anymore. I dang sure don't come to your chat and try to lecture you and call you names. You're a fanboy. You're a this. You're a there. Dude, I don't care what you think. It's not going to change what I think. Errol Spence, I'm a fan of Errol Spence Jr. Yes. Why? Because I like him. I like how he fights. I think he's a very good fighter. It's entertaining to me. He seems like a nice guy. I like him to do well. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I wasn't unbiased. I wasn't. What was the problem when I liked Canelo? I like Canelo as a fighter. I do. I've supported Canelo in fights before. I've wanted Canelo Alvarez to win fights. I picked Canelo Alvarez to beat fighters. I had Canelo Alvarez on my pound for pound list. How come when Canelo Alvarez tests positive for performance enhancing drugs and stops fighting guys that I want to see him fight, all of a sudden I'm biased against a guy that I supported for years? Get out of here, man. Most importantly, just get out of here. Why are you running around calling people names? Seems to me that you're immature. Could be because you come off like you're biased. No, dude, that's your dumbass mind that can't get around an argument and you stop working. Just to let you know. That's what it is. If you want to know why you think I sound biased, is because your brain stops working and you don't actually listen to what I have to say. You hear, oh, Canelo Alvarez is ducking somebody. Oh, you're biased. There's no way. The clowns you listen to don't like anything that I say, ever. How can somebody that does not listen or agree with anything that I ever say, right? Ever. 99 out of 100 things. Or because I don't listen to them. Let's just say every major subject, they got a problem with something that I say. They go to their channel and put my name on their channel, start playing clips to my shows to attract you to talk to them about what I say. Never do one where it's positive about me, ever. Maybe they're biased. Maybe you're biased against me. You're the one calling me names. Maybe you're unfairly prejudiced against me. Ever think about that? If you just knee jerk, I give you all kind of rationale behind what I had to say. Plenty of logic behind it. Canelo Alvarez was a champion at 154. So was Andrade. So was Andrade. So was Charlo. Canelo was a champion at 160. So was Andrade. So was Charlo. They're all professional fighters. I would like to see them fight. Canelo's, Demetrius Andrade's undefeated. Charlo's undefeated. Just like Billy Joe Saunders was undefeated and a champion, just like Callum Smith was a champion and undisputed. If all of those guys, if it's reasonable for him to fight those guys, I don't get why it's unreasonable for him to fight Jamal Charlo and Canelo. You all seem to be making the argument that it's stupid to even think he should fight him. It's stupid to even want to see the fight. I think you're going a little bit too far, man. That's all I think. I don't think you're a bad person. I don't think that you're unfairly. I just don't agree with you. I don't call you guys biased. I just think you're wrong. Easy. You're not being unfair to Canelo. Whatever. That's how you think. That's how I think. Copper Ridges, I woke up with you and your family in the morning prayers, along with the prayers for us. I just hope my prayers reach you spiritually. Whoever that is too, likewise. Said, Fanon, some of these channels are out there worshiping Canelo. Hey, man, it is what it is. That's what it is, man. They do what they want to do, man. I ain't got a problem with it. Knock yourselves out, man. Knock yourselves out. All day long, brother. I don't care. But I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And what I'm going to say is this. I'd like to see the fights, man. Oh, it said, driving home, y'all making me broke. Hey, man, don't do that, bro. Much love in that super chat, bro. I appreciate you, man. King of Kings say you going late today, Fanon. Yeah, I went 7 minutes late. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. But look, I'm about to get up out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat. Much love to everybody in the super chat. And with that, say that's for Deborah Brooker. Oh, okay. Deborah, yes, man. May your fiance, I hope your fiance is doing better. I hope he gets better. You're in my prayers, Deborah. Absolutely. And everybody, man, give a good wish out there for Deborah Booker and Deborah Booker's fiance who had a stroke. Put that positive energy out in the air for him. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated. He said, hey, Fanon, how do you feel about what Shakur said? I just showed up. How you feeling? Oh, I'll get into that tomorrow. Come back tomorrow and I'll do that, man. He said, have a blessed weekend, brother. Hey, it's Friday. It's Thursday, ain't it? It's Thursday. Just a fan, I don't know, man. We got something coming today, though. Just check me out, man. Check the videos out. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.